Hey guys, you're live on the Archie Luxury live stream channel. Let's
Here we go.
run the intro, guys. Hey guys, you're live on the Archie Luxury channel. We're here with Timely Behavior, and we had a very hectic show yesterday. What did you think, Timely?
Yeah, look, I think we went the right way about it. I think that the right questions were asked. I think that there was full respect for the guys that lost out. And again, support to those guys. Our hearts go out to you because, I mean, look, of all people going to know losing out, Paul, at the beginning of the year kind of thing, that was you pretty much, right? But in a different way. So, look, I think we asked the right questions and we tried to go the right way about it to try and help support them and get to the bottom of what was going on at the same time.
Yeah, I don't really want to be a drama chaser. You know what I mean? Bear Clooney watchers, please upvote for best and most honest live stream on YouTube. Thank you so much, Bear Clooney. And who's this guy, Kevin? Do we know him? Who is this guy?
I don't. Oh, okay, no, but Kevin, if you come back on and you want to jump on, just show your face and off the thing there, and we'll put you on.
Just so that we can know exactly. Yeah. I got to tell you, look. I think it was an interesting show. We discussed a lot of things there. We're trying to, look, we don't want to concentrate just on drama. We don't want to be the National Enquirer of live streams. You know what I mean? The National Enquirer. Remember the Melbourne Truth paper? That's not really what we want to do. We want to. We've had some great interviews. We did some great things, and then we want to move forward. We don't want to persecute.
Before we do move forward, I think there's just one thing that needs to be touched on, and then we can move forward, right? And this is more from the broader community have this question, especially a lot of the guys that in the group that some of the guys lost out in and so forth. If money was taken for a deposit for these watches, then what happened to the money for the deposit, right? So like if I go to an AD or if I go to a boutique and I put a deposit down on something, I get a receipt.
Yep.
Where are these receipts if this is what happened? So this is one of the questions that need to be asked. But again, we'll wait till we got Stefano on or something like that in order to put that question forward.
Yeah. Look. It's a tricky thing. I personally think if there are any deposits out there, he should get them back and refund them. That's the honorable thing to do. But hey,
do right by these guys.
Try to do right by these guys. It's really, really quite sad. I got to be totally honest with you. Business and that there sometimes, I think a lot of people, they all glamorize working for yourself. It can be very tough. It's a tough thing. And
got a super chat here, Arch.
Here we go. Wizard Bankman Fried, $2. I can put you in a 5212 for 30K if you wire today. Thank you so much, Wizard Bankman Fried.
Thank you so much. The offer.
Thank you for the offer. We'll just hold back. It's I got to tell you,
talk to me.
There's a lot of these big watches, $100,000 watches, $50,000 watches, $40,000. There's a lot of good stock at the $10,000 end, $7,000 US end.
Yeah, there's good bang for buck around that size as well. So
exactly. Oh, we've got a super chat here. Flip mode 45, $5. Great stream yesterday. Nice one, Arch. I hope things ultimately work out for the people out of their money.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so. And speaking of big surprises, hello, Mr. Bear. How are you?
Hi, boys. Hi, boys. I'm just stepping down to the basement. I'm going to the basement, boys.
No worries at all.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. And we got a $2 super chat. Wizard Bankman Fried, $2. If you'll excuse me, I'm off to my Hong Kong estate. Thank you so much.
Just the Bear. When you were gone, I got my super chat button from one of those Chinese wholesalers, so it didn't really work that well.
They all work. They all work. You just gotta be persistent. That's all. That's all. Because you know what? We have Timepiece Esquire. We have Patrick. Here they come. Thank you, guys.
Here we go.
Oh, look at this. We've got
100%.
Timepiece Esquire first. Timepiece Esquire, $2. AC3, is it true? Wizard responsible for your burglary? I tell you what, I never heard anything so ridiculous. He's in a different country. He's in Canada. Highly, highly unlikely. Look,
you anyway,
that's ridiculous. I've heard that. This is just ridiculous theories. This is why I want to move away from that. AD never calling, $20. AD never calling.
I got to run the thing, yeah?
Yes.
Baby super chat, baby super chat. Baby super chat, baby super chat.
Bring in some super chats. Let's get this thing happening. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's get this on, baby. There we go, Bear. AD never calling, $20. Let's get some super chats going, baby. Ha 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 ha. There we go. Bear, what do you think? There's some ridiculous things coming out.
It's really simple. It's really simple. And you know what? To be very honest with you, super chat. Sorry, Jay Giddy, $2.
Jay Giddy, $2. Let's get back to $10,000 watches. Bang for buck.
We will do that, sir.
I like that.
And we got Mr. Valju, $5. Boom Shuka Luca. Boom Shaka Luca. Welcome back, Bear. Missed you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Valju. Miss you too. Yeah, I love that topic. $10,000 watches, obviously 10 and under 10.
Yes.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But
I think it is a lot of money.
Comfort zone. It's my comfort zone. I can do that. Jimmy, super chat.
Jimmy,
run
the music.
Yeah. Baby super chat, baby super chat. Baby super chat, baby super chat.
Bring in some super chats. Let's get this thing happening. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's get this on, baby. Jimmy, $20. It was excellent how you guys have handled this whole affair, especially yesterday's show. Hopefully, Roman can help to resolve all this mess and make the victims whole. Well, let's
well said, Jimmy. Well said.
Yeah.
You know, actually, to complete my question, it's exactly that. You know, we are trying to help, and ultimately, you can Timepiece Esquire, $5. Sorry, I have to interrupt again. Thank you. Go ahead.
Here we go. Timepiece Esquire, $5. AC3. How about $1,000 a month panel position for Wizard, with the money going back to victims of his scam. There we go. Thank you, Timepiece Esquire. I don't like to really pay. I think that's kind of a little bit off, to be honest with you. No, I don't think that's the right thing to do. We've done our thing. Then it compromises the integrity of interviewing Wizard and that. So, no, I understand your intention, but yeah, it's something we'd want to stay away from.
Ultimately, I think what people have to understand is yesterday's stream was all about trying to get to the bottom of what was going on and try and support and see what we can do for the people that lost out. Not a drama talk or any crap like that. So by doing something like this, you kind of compromise the integrity of what you were trying to do yesterday, right?
Exactly. Bear, you're wonderfully back here. We got Mike. Hello, Mike. How are you, Hunting Cat? Great to see
Archie.
you. Hey. It's we got another super chat here. Wizard Bankman Fried, $2. I never said which hole I would make them. Thank you so much. $10,000 watches. What's your favorite 10,000 smackaroony watch, Bear?
Well, I would have to say probably. I mean, obviously it's going to be Rolex, right? Rolex. We have to go with the actual market value, correct, Archie?
Yes.
Well, I have to say my favorite under $10,000 Rolex, and that's recently under 10,000, would be Explorer 1.
Explorer 1, sure, has to be 39 mil Explorer 1, and
baby super chat, baby super chat, baby super chat, baby super chat.
Bring in some super chats. Let's get this thing happening. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's get this on, baby. Here we go. Flip mode 45, $20. 15K is a lot of money, but a lot less than 100. And many great Rolexes available for 15,000. Bear, you also did great work yesterday. Thumbs up to the Bear.
Agreed.
He's right. A lot of thank you, by the way, Flip Mode. He's right, guys. He's right. With 15,000, the doors to steal Rolex open widely. But let's play with the 10,000. Let's not make it too easy, huh? Let's go. Let's try to make a nice collection where each watch is under $10,000.
But OP41.
Yeah, we can. That's your favorite Rolex, okay? Fine.
No, that's not my favorite. I like it though, and it's under 10.
Favorite under 10,000. That's what I meant.
Well, I mean, there's not too many Rolexes under 10,
so
true. That's just one of them.
True.
There's only a couple.
Air King Explorer, OP white dial, silver dial, OP black dial, OP blue dial. That's from the modern versions. Obviously, 40 millimeter Explorer 2 black and white dial.
Yes.
I would say that's what comes to my mind right away. Not much more than that. Much more than that.
I got to tell you, there's some great. What about the Datejust? Would you go for the Datejust? What do you think?
Under 10, it would have to be non-fluted, smooth bezel, and probably would have to be oyster bracelet.
Could you find one at retail for that?
Well, I suppose the other thing is you could go 36 mil, Bear, get an older one.
Yeah.
Well, you can. You can always do that. You can do that as well. Yeah, of course.
36. Here we go. Flip mode 45, $2. Polar 16570, still under 10 and beautiful. Yeah, they've come back a bit. It's a great looking watch.
You had a polar.
I've had a few of them. I've had a few. I had a few. I always like to do the opposite of the market. If the pole is trendy, I'd probably get the black.
They're beautiful. I agree, Archie. But
You
there's
know,
something
the
special
interesting
about the wide dial and the sport watch, especially because there's not many sport watches with wide dial. I always thought that was so cool about Explorer 2.
The other
And this is one watch that really wears the white well.
Yeah, it does. The dial looks so crisp. It's so beautiful. Just as a wide dial that Archie had, the Sky Dweller, it looks kind of like almost like a enamel look to it. It's really nicely or like lacquered. It really looks crisp and clean and pure white, pure white.
Well, I think that the bezel being all steel and not having too much color on it also helps make that dial pop. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
it doesn't take away from it.
This is interesting. You mentioned that. It's probably now that you said that. I really love the previous non-ceramic steel Daytona in white dial more than black, while the ceramic one I like more black ceramic. And I think that's partially exactly what you just pointed out, Timely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of what struck me was
the funny thing.
Go ahead.
The funny thing is, Bear, is that before the ceramic Daytona came out, the hot Daytona was the black one, correct?
Correct.
And once the Panda came out, then the white Panda became the king, and then the Explorer 2, the Polars, became popular. So it's kind of it's related to the Panda. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Super chat, Arch.
Super chat, J Gitty, $2. If retail, no sub date wins for me. No sub date is a fantastic watch.
Oh yeah. Oh,
can you get one? Do those come in under 10?
Retail. He says if it's retail.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If it's retail, not on a actual market.
Yeah, I mean, if a no date sub can be found at retail for under 10, and I were to have the opportunity and my choice of Rolexes, that would probably be the first choice.
Hey, Mikey, I heard of a low cost place in California people can live.
Death Valley.
Okay. Mikey.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm serious. What do you think of Darwin, California?
Never heard of it, but
okay.
Again, not interested in it.
Okay.
Phoenicians.
Yeah. Okay. Just keep it on your radar.
I'll look it up.
Darwin, California. Phoenician Cedar, $2. I actually like my Polar 40 more than my Batman. Shit.
Well, I can understand that. Nothing unusual.
Think?
I like my Omega Rail Master 1957 more than most of my Rolexes. I mean, you just grow to love the watch for a specific reason. That's completely normal.
The Polar 40 and the Batman are both GMTs, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I can totally see how somebody could prefer one over the other. Sure.
All right, so guys, 3-piece collection, right? 10K US each or under. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. So say that again. 3-piece collection.
You got 3-piece collection. Each piece can be 10,000 US or under.
All Rolex?
3-piece. Okay. And cannot be from same brand because I'm gonna end up fucking picking.
Yeah, I know. Rolex, yeah. Go on. Hang on, before we do, super chat, Mr. Valju.
Mr. Valju, $2. Mikey, Sacramento or Fresno for Archie?
Yeah, those are two towns that they exist. I've been to both. Fresno's a little more in central California, and Sacramento's a couple hours east, and both just get insanely hot during the summer. I mean, like just piping hot. But I think believe Sacramento is the capital of California. I'm not sure.
Well, that should have given Bear enough time to put his 3-piece hunger buster together.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for my diver and my daily and my basically beater, whatever you want to call it. Yep. It's not really a beater, but daily diver type of thing. I'm gonna go with the blank pane 50 fathoms bodyscape.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
So that would be my number one. For my dress watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Gégé Lacoute Reverso Tribute Small Seconds. For my chronograph, I'm gonna go Breitling, Navitimer, obviously B01, the green one, the Bentley one. I like that watch. It's a very cool looking piece. I seen when we were talking about this. Yeah. And that's 3. Do I need anything else?
3 is fine. Just quickly before we carry on, sorry, Bear. JJ's in the house.
JJ, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I heard about the 3-piece challenge. I couldn't resist. I had to get in on it. You know.
Nice. No, we need to do 4, and my 4th is the GMT, and I'm gonna go Black Bay Pro. There you go.
Sweet.
It's a beautiful.
Without the rollers.
10,000. Here we go. Jason M, $10. Great watch talk. Getting back to the roots. Let me give you my 3-piece. So the criteria is we've got a piece.
Can we do 4? Can we do
4-piece? 4-piece. Each piece has to be around the $10,000 bracket.
Yeah. So you're doing diver, you're doing chronograph, you're doing dress, and you're doing GMT.
Yeah. Okay. So this is very, very cool. Look, I would have to say, you know what I would go for?
Yeah.
Okay, second hand, can we get a Pam California dial?
Yeah.
Could we get that?
Okay, yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay. As a GMT man, you'd have to go for 40 mil polar. You'd have to.
Okay.
Chronograph. As a chronograph, I would love to go for I'd have to go for some sort of man on the moon, but I'd probably go for a special one, maybe a 57 Bear.
Okay.
And finally, as a dress watch, Bear, dress watch. I'd have to go for Timely's 976 Reverso. You got to do it, man. You got to do it. There you go. That's it.
Let me get my mediocre one in between the big boys playing here because JJ's probably going to be up next. So
yes.
So for me, if I'm going GMT, I'm going Explorer 2, the Polar, obviously, because that dial just pops with that steel bezel, like it's just brilliant. Chrono for me, I'm going to go Breitling Top Time in that pistachio green color. I think that's sexy, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I know Bear's a fan of the green color as well, but that green really works well. And it's not something you see all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for diver. I'm going to go for a Black Bay 41. And for the dress piece, I'm going to go for my 976. Again, sorry to be boring, but that's what I like.
What you like.
All right, JJ. This is what you're here for.
All right, well, we'll get the easy one out of the way. I mean, I think everyone's going to pick the Explorer 2 Polar. I mean, at 10,000.
I didn't. I forced myself to pick non-Rolex watches.
Very good.
Well, Rolex I'm going to pick, because I think nobody does a GMT like Rolex. So we'll go Polar for the GMT.
Yeah.
Diver, I'm going to go Panerai 683 submersible.
Mm-hmm.
The used market, if you get that well under 10. Chronograph, I'm going to go Speedy 3861, and with the leftover cash, I'm going to buy the flat link bracelet from the 57 to make that put that on to make it a little more
nice.
And dress watch, I'm going to go with the Cartier Santos Dumont, the limited one with the rose gold dial and the bezel.
Very cool.
Does the bracelet fits that Speedy?
The 57 one does, because that's 20 mil. The only one that doesn't is, well, I don't actually know if it does or doesn't, but I don't think it does because it's 19 mil on the 321. But if you get the Speedy 57 one,
I think it doesn't, JJ. I'm sorry, because I was one time on crusade of finding a best possible bracelet for that.
yeah, Toyota has it on his Snoopy, so I don't see why.
Maybe, I don't know.
And it also has the adjustable clasp too.
Yes.
Which is the main reason, besides aesthetics.
Aesthetics are also important.
Yeah, both. It's more aesthetically pleasing and it's more functional. So I think it's worth the whatever $1,500 or $1,000 it costs to add it.
Mikey, you prepped and ready to go for this or what?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's do it.
All right, for my chronograph, I think I would go for the Monaco Caliber 11.
Ooh, very cool.
For my dress watch, I'd go for a Reverso Grand Tie or whatever the large version is that fits my wrist.
Yep.
Nice. For my diver, I think I would go with the Omega Seamaster Heritage.
Nice.
And what's left?
GMT.
GMT.
GMT left, mate.
Oh, man. I'd love to say Reverso Dual Face, but then I'd have two Reversos in the bunch. So I'll just go with the Polar.
You cornered yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Not bad. So just quickly, and I know we don't want to harp on it and everything, but I was talking to Paul just backstage before the show started. JJ, I watched a little bit of the stream yesterday as well. I'm pretty sure that everyone on this panel is more than happy to help in any way, shape, or form that we can. We're not going to obviously keep touching on it, but just the support's there, right? So if anyone in the community needs help or anything, reach out. Yeah.
I offered to buy his debt for 50% and get on the list for Snoopy.
Bear tried to get it for pennies on the dollar. You know, he's
correct. Correct. I tried, but he told me to fuck off. It's okay. Mr. Valju, you've got these choices.
Mr. Valju, $5. Number 1, IWC Portuguese. Number 2, Omega Seamaster Titanium Bond Watch. Oh, yes, No Time to Die.
Nice.
Number 3, Grand Seiko GMT with amazing dial. Very cool.
Swinging Kangaroo.
Swinging Kangaroo, $5. 3-piece total of 30,000 at MSRP. Rolex GMT VTNR.
What is that? What is that?
Is that the two-tone?
Yeah, for those, I have no idea.
I think that might be a two-tone GMT. Speedy Ed White 321. Cartier Tank Must Large Quartz. I was going to do a Grand Seiko, but Bear will come to my home to lecture me.
That's the left hand piece. That's the left hand.
Oh, that's the lefty. That's the left hand.
Ah, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. Kangaroo, I'm not that anti-Seiko. Come on, man.
But he'll probably do 20 minutes on the Zaratsu polishing for you.
Yeah, oh, fuck, I hate that. That's such a bullshit, and you know it.
Jiu-jitsu polishing.
Jiu-jitsu polishing.
Oh, dear.
Zaratsu. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Sorry.
Jiratsu. That's exactly
Isn't that a type of massage?
That's shiatsu.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Just being smartass.
Right. It's close. Shiatsu, Zaratsu, very close.
Yeah. I'd like to get a watch with shiratsu polishing.
Yes,
so
it's pretty.
They chop it up to make it like those Royal Oaks, those bumpy Royal Oaks.
Oh, super chat.
Here we go. Gun Glutton, $10. My one and done. Datejust 41 two-tone champagne dial on Jubilee. Next watch will be a Speedy Pro Sapphire. After that, Grand Seiko GMT Elegance eggshell dial. Then I will take a break. Bluesy when I turn 40, or Hulk then that's it.
And with green Seiko, you see a lot of green Seiko coming up, right? Because we're talking about 10K or less. And in that price point, I honestly think the green Seiko is a good deal, depending on what you buy.
The only thing I would really push for non-spring drive to go the high beat.
Yes.
I would really avoid the quartz movements, even though they try to pretend it's not. It's still, the heart is quartz.
It's got a computer chip in it for all,
Yeah, exactly, Mikey. Exactly.
It's like, it's the farthest thing from a mechanical watch. It's farther than regular quartz.
By the way, Gun Glutton, I can see you wearing the two-tone champagne dial on the Jubilee. That's American Psycho watch.
Very, very. The interesting thing is, Bear, American Psycho, in the book, he was wearing a day-date. But in the movie, every company that they mentioned the brand names didn't want to be associated with American Psycho.
I wonder why.
Okay. It's a bit like our competitors' YouTube channel. Nobody wants to be associated.
Very true.
It's American Psycho, not American Psycho.
And
yeah.
Let's not get that too confused, right?
I got to tell you, Bear, I lost a lot of respect for American Psycho. I thought he did it on his own merits, but if you read the book, you find out his father was connected.
That is right, Archie. That is right.
He wasn't a self-made man, was he?
Well, the whole story behind the movie is not supposed to be. He's spoiled brat. He's decadent. He wouldn't be like that if he actually was from rags to riches, right?
Yeah, and the other side of the coin is, Bear, I got to tell you, he's not a good. Sorry, JJ.
I think that was kind of the point, right? He felt like he was a self-made man because he was so entitled but he was
right. But he was.
Yeah,
he was
and the other thing is too, he was also. They said that in the movie, maybe he didn't actually kill these people. That was just his mind was playing tricks on him.
Super chat. I think it was he's something for your mind with this super chat.
Here we go for exhibition only, $5. How about a massage with a Zaritsu polish?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
When we're talking American Psycho, we're talking about wait, right? The famous.
That's
the movie. That's the movie Psycho.
No. That was the Bates Hotel. The Bates Hotel.
The Bates Hotel.
No. This was a pop culture. It came out in the late 80s. It was a reflection on the consumerist society and greedy, nasty fikers.
I don't believe I've seen it.
Sanity slowly. What does he say?
And look at the situation now. Now we've got a situation where the world is nasty. We've got homelessness. We've got so many horrible things, and I don't know where it's going. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But I got to tell you, one thing for sure is American Psycho. What would he be wearing today? I bet you if he was there today, he'd be wearing a panda. What do you think? American Psycho, if you recast that...
No, I
it'd be a hype Rolex. It'd have to be hype, yes?
He'd be wearing an Nautilus.
It would have to be hype. It would have to be gold.
I reckon he'd be wearing a rose gold Nautilus.
Platona? Would it be a Platona?
It would be whatever plastic's wearing. I say yellow gold sun.
with a plastic protector cover.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Are they going to make a sequel called Ukrainian Psycho?
Ukrainian Psycho.
Australian Psycho? Which one? We got to make a new one.
It would be interesting. So Patrick Bateman pushes his business card and he says, "What do you think?" He slides it across the table. He says, "It's off-white."
His card.
The words Patrick Bateman, Vice President, centered and embossed in black.
Talking about Vice President, we got a super chat from Dis.
Oh,
Dis Jerez Dis. 30 shekels. Do you like Phil Collins? I've been a big Genesis fan ever since the release of their 1980 album, Duke.
Yeah.
Before that, I really didn't understand any of their work. Too artsy, too intellectual. That's a quote from American Psycho. Okay?
Bravo this. That's exactly, man. You are sharp. This is an encyclopedia when it comes to pop culture from the 80s, movies and music. Guy is so knowledgeable. So
remember that restaurant Dorsia? He always wanted to get into Dorsia, the restaurant Dorsia. Dorsia. And can I tell you something? No bullshit, right? I was with my good friend Silky Johnson in New York, and to get into restaurants, I never seen this shit before. In Brisbane, you want to go to a restaurant, but you can always get in, right?
Right.
Like some of these restaurants, you can't fucking get in. People take it so seriously. It's a restaurant. I mean, I went to the Ralph Lauren Polo restaurant. Apparently, you can't just get in there. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy, man. Timepiece Esquire, $2. Why not make Wizard Stream public for transparency?
Make it public.
Yesterday's stream is public.
No, he's talking about the one we did member as per request of some of the victims, but they're okay now, Archie. You can make it public.
Okay.
Timepiece, no problem at all. No problem at all.
I'll do that now.
Hey guys, I gotta hop off. I'm gonna come back on. I have to go return some videos.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
One, JJ.
No, dude, I do gotta run.
That was a good one.
That was good one. So you are American Psycho fan as well. That's interesting.
Yeah, I used to tease my friend and said when he was having sex with girls, he would flex in the mirror. So I know the movie good from teasing my one of my friends.
Really good. Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. I find a lot of people who are into watches are into that movie. I mean, my wife doesn't.
It's because they're all narcissists, man.
Can we make a spoof with like new names like Patrick Philippe Bateman and stuff like that?
Actually, can I tell you a gossip just before you go, JJ? Can I tell you something interesting?
He's not really going. I don't think he's going. It was a joke.
I'll run out for a little bit. I got to run an errand, then I'll come.
Okay.
No, I want to tell you something. You do realize that, you know, that company Undone. Remember, I used to spruik for Undone.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's going back.
Guess what? Guess what? Actually, I've just made that video public, by the way. Wizard reveals the truth. The Archie Luxury Show.
Yeah, no problem. You know, by the way, Timepiece Esquire. It was really done just on request of a couple of victims, but in the meantime, things have developed to a point that there's no sense. There's no more. Everything is.
You know, Define watches. When I used to spruik those ones, if ever you sent an email to them, he pretended he was far bigger than he was. You deal with staff from American Psycho. Like the names, they're all from American Psycho.
The guys. Yes. You mentioned that to me once. I remember you saying that. So they're obviously big fans.
Interesting business model.
Swinging Kangaroo, $2. $30K won't be enough for JJ. All 1159s are over $30K.
I can play within the parameter. Where the hell is my car key? I don't think I'm going anywhere. I lost my key. Oh, here it is. What up? I was gonna say one thing before I go. I can't remember now. All right, not important. I'll back.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say
are they VHS or Beta?
I never had Betamax. I always had VHS.
Yeah,
my uncle. So weird. I didn't like it at all.
Can you believe it? Actually, the last video stores, they don't have any in Australia. We don't have video stores anymore. Do you have them in America?
No.
The last.
No.
There's one Blockbuster that's kept in US, but that's more for it as a tourist attraction than it's actually a functional store.
Yeah, people probably go there for like
nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Yes.
You know, it's getting big again now is vinyl.
Yeah.
For the right reasons. Let's be honest. The vinyl, properly produced vinyl, has the best quality sound. There is no question.
Yes, because CD, you're missing the top and the bottom, don't you? You miss it, don't you?
I've got a lot of vinyl. as well.
Nice.
I got back into it about a year and a half ago. Just the sound quality. There's something about it. It's just got that nice, warm sound to it. Just reminds me of when I was a kid. Parents used to put on records,
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I found my old child or teenhood collection of all my progressive rock and when I was in high school. And luckily it survived. I don't know if they'll still play. They've been in a box for 20, 30 years, but I did find it.
Boss is here, gentlemen.
Miles
Boss
Davis.
is here. Shape
Nice.
Tanzio. Oh, Miles Davis. Wow, you're into jazz?
Yep.
Beautiful.
I was into this guy named Jean-Luc Ponty. He played with Miles Davis at times, but he played electric violin.
Just 1 minute. Tanzil Ansari, $7. Boss. JJ's Watch Hideout. Czapek Antarctic on Moda for 28.5 Glacier Blue.
How much is that? How much was that retail? Is it over retail? Is it under retail? Like I have no concept. I'm just curious. I do like that watch very much. Czapek Antarctic. It's gorgeous watch.
Very gorgeous.
This is the one you weren't too much of a fan of the other week, Archie. What do you mean? Remember, it's not the one that has the crazy dial. It's the other one. It's cousin, but
I don't like any Czapeks. You know how I feel about these.
Yeah,
Why, Archie? That's a beautiful watch, man. Like honestly, what's not to like?
I just think, how do you get your money back?
No, I don't think there's a problem with that any longer. I mean, to be honest with you, their production numbers are not high. Quality is there. I remember when they were kind of starting. Probably first time I saw it was in my Facebook group. There was a gentleman, a Polish guy, who had an obviously certain patriotic feelings toward being a Polish people producing it.
Yes.
And he talked to me about it, and I'm like, get out of here. That's a fucking shitter. But then you get to know the watch, and you're actually looking at the quality of the movement and everything. Look at that. Come on, Arch. It's serious stuff.
It is. It's
Serious
very
watch.
serious.
I do understand that we both would pick Patek, but that's a product of consumerism. That's actually we go for brands. We are brand
snobs.
Yeah.
And look, Archie, it's got a rooted rotor too.
It has a rooted rotor. Yes. Beautifully done. Beautifully. Well, I mean,
Beautifully done.
It's just, and look at the architecture of the movement, not just the finish. Never mind that. The architecture of the movement is actually gorgeous. Truly gorgeous.
It's got an old school feel with a modern industrial like way that they've done it.
Well said.
It's got the old school looking bridge, but it's a more industrial feel to it. So they're modernizing the old. To me, beautiful piece.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I could put money into a brand like that when there's so many better things to do.
True. I'm not going to argue that.
That's the only sad thing. Like, Czapek, is that a brand you can get in Canada? Like, I have never seen that in Australia. Have you seen that in Australia, Timely?
No, I haven't.
No, in Canada, I haven't seen it either. US, always US. They have everything, It's the greatest market for the watch collectors. No question. They're so spoiled, they don't even know it.
No, you're right.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Why do you say that then? Why are you calling it toxic sludge? Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's high quality. Everything on this watch is handmade. It's a beautiful integrated bracelet. Built of the bracelet is gorgeous.
Good comment. Why buy a Czapek when you can just get a Grand Seiko?
What?
Because they're two different watches.
That's totally different.
Super.
Here we go. Tanzil and Sari, $7. Name 3 alternate pieces for $26,500 that aren't Rolex. So it's got to be 3 that total 26.
Can you clarify, please, Tanzil? This makes no sense. First, why 26.5? What are you doing here?
He's working towards something here.
That might be his refund from Wizard.
Jeez.
Sorry, it's just a joke.
Total, but why 26.5? Why not 25 or 30? Well, what does that mean to you?
Three individual. He's saying three individual, not total. So
I don't understand.
3 pieces that are 26.5K each that aren't Rolex.
I don't understand. Archie, why is he asking 26.5?
There might be an ulterior motive to it, but I got to tell you, Bear, you know what I think? 26,500. This is US this is US money or Canadian money?
I don't know if it's US. It doesn't clarify. Fuck all. What's going on, man? Like what is going on?
You know, you could get some really nice watches. 3 alternatives to Rolex. I'd get a diver as a PAM. I'd get a chronograph as an Omega, and a dress watch as a JLC. You could get that under 26,000. 3 alternatives to the Czapek Ficus. 3
US
watches.
dollars there, Bear, he said as well. Just
US. So these Czapeks, they don't hold their value, but Bear, do they?
Can I be honest? I don't know, but I think this one will. And what, we cannot do Rolex? He said we cannot do Rolex?
No Rolex.
No, because
no Rolex.
No, I know.
Fuck. That's so hard for me. That's very, very hard for me.
0 Rolex.
0 Rolex.
Rolex, it's
no Rolex, eh?
Jeez,
well,
it's taking the wind out of your sails a bit, hasn't it?
I'm gonna go first with the Vacheron Overseas. I'm gonna go with the steel Vacheron Overseas. For sure, 4,500. That's the one he wants me to sell it to him. I'm going to go with Audemars Piguet. What can I get? Can I get any Royal Oak for that money? Is there something I can get Royal Oakish for that or no?
Sure, we'll look it up.
I mean, even if it's offshore, I'm okay if I'll get offshore. It's okay. It's okay.
Sounds like you're settling. Shit.
Huh? What did you say?
I said it sounds like you're settling. You're like, yeah, I'll just take that.
Well, I don't know if it's not available. Probably it's not for 26.5. I do like, by the way, Chopard Alpine Eagle. I do like it.
it. You love that. Would you buy one, Bear?
I would, but not at retail. I would, yeah. All this, yeah. So can I, guys, answer my question, please? Can I get a AP for that?
Doesn't look like it.
No,
not that I could see.
Even offshore.
I got to be honest with you, Bear.
Be honest with me, Archie.
There's a lot of better watches than this you could buy. What about a Breguet? Would you go for a Breguet?
I like Breguet, but problem with me when it comes to Breguet, see, I don't buy dress watches. I don't wear dress watches. So Breguet is really nice with the dress watches. But yeah, I would. No question about it. No question. Would you, Archie? Would you?
Offshore, yes. Older one, 10 saying.
All right.
I love Breguet.
I'll take overseas, and then I will take some nice IWC and fuck off Tanzil. How's that?
All right. So yes. before you get a go, Pontiff, I don't want me looking like I'm pinching your shit.
No, that's okay.
I'm gonna go solid gold reverso because you can get that for just under that. I'm gonna go 5127 because I think that just squeezes in under. And I'm going to go Breguet Type 20.
Yeah. I totally. You know what? For that sort of money there, I would go. You could get a gold Breguet Marine. That's what I would go for. That's what I reckon. That would be so much better. I got to tell you, there's a whole host of watches you could go for. The thing is this.
Hey, I'm going to get Tourbillon. How about this? I'm going to get Tourbillon. Tag Heuer Tourbillon.
30 grand. You get that under 30 grand second hand, Bear.
Yeah, Tag Heuer Tourbillon you can get. That's no problem at all. At all. Swiss made Tourbillon. There you go.
Let me ask you something, Bear.
Hang on.
Jokes aside. Sorry, Mikey. Mikey, you've got to get Mikey's opinion. Yes, sir.
We need the hunting cat. Come on.
What's the question?
Sorry.
What would I get instead of a Czapek?
Three watches, no Rolex. They can equal to 26.5K US each. 3 watches.
Each.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual request. You know, Tanzil is
because the half K on the 26th.
Toying with our fried brains. He says our brains are fried.
Would it be possible to find a second-hand?
Well, Mikey's thinking we have a super chat, guys.
Yeah. Take some time, Mikey. Swinging Kangaroo, $5.
Swinging Archie? Kangaroo, $5. Guys, my advice is don't question the boss's orders. Instead of 3-piece, I will do a 2-piece. AP Royal Oak 34 white, code 1159 chrono, and a rose gold deep purple dial. 1 for me, 1 for her.
Nice.
So Swinging Kangaroo goes
Swinging
by the
Kangaroo. What a way to go.
He goes by the don't ask for forgiveness, permission, ask for forgiveness, right? Don't ask for 3, ask for 2.
One of my choices would be a gold Reverso Grand Tie, or dual face, one of the in the larger sizes.
Do it again, Marty.
That'll fall in that range. Then I'd probably get a Rolex.
Can't have Rolex. Can't have Rolex.
Can't have Rolex.
Can have Rolex. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Then
you can't.
Omega Snoopy or an Ed White.
Nice.
One
more.
And one more. Jeez.
Come on,
my brain's not working.
Starting to eat his microphone now. Even.
I'd have to.
All right. Think of one more. 10 zeros, $7. All right.
When I come up with it, I'll think of it.
All right. 10 zeros, $7 there, Pontiff. Super chat.
Super chat 10 zeal $7. Here we go. VC overseas. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore. Omega 321 Ed White or Snoopy. Lange 1815 up down. Patek 5110J. Blah blah. Archie has all this wizard talk fried your brain.
Yeah, a little bit. I gotta be honest with you. It is almost when you get into this craziness and this whole chaos. It almost puts you in a different set of minds. It's nice to just shot watches and
I'd definitely pick the Vacheron overseas, but it would have to be the version 3. If it came in,
of course,
I'd have to get it secondhand. That'd be the only way I could get it at 28 or 26. But yeah, that would be my third choice.
You can get it in a white dial, silver dial. My apologies. I don't know about black dial, but silver dial.
I want the blue, but I
don't think you could get it in the blue for that though.
Huh?
I think the blue's more expensive, isn't it? Blue dial.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Because that's what he's after. But I don't think for 26.5 you're getting that watch. To be honest.
Yeah. No. That's why I didn't really mention it at first, because it's a little over that, even secondhand.
So look at this super chat from Tanzil and Sari, $7. Archie, name 3 Breitling Navitimers that every man should experience in their lifetime. So I would say you've got to have.
Your brain is fried, Archie.
You know what I would say, Bear?
Tell me, Archie.
I reckon you got to experience the Mr. Sexy, Mr. GMT. He's got the old Navitimer too. That's the one I had.
Okay.
You also want to experience that Navitimer Breitling. That's like the B01, of course, but also, you know, that retro one that Doc has, the Type 20.
Yeah.
Or the Cliver one. What's that? That's the 80. What is it? 806? Is it? What's the one he's got?
That's exactly the issue of 806. Absolutely correct, Archie.
I don't know that it's having to experience, but I think that Boeing one looks pretty sexy as well. The color scheme on it.
I agree.
Yes.
That's a blue-white thread thing, yeah.
No. It's white and red. That's the
Can you bring it up? Let's take a look.
Yeah.
They were the launch colors for the 747 Bear when that plane went around the world.
Cool.
But I gotta tell you, Bear, the beautiful thing is Breitlings themselves. You remember Bear Seinfeld was so cool.
One that
we got Mr. Sexy in the comments there too. Just sorry, Bear.
Did I say sexy? Bear, you love Seinfeld, didn't you?
I love Seinfeld. My favorite TV show of all time.
The show about nothing.
Correct.
We got a lot of inspiration for this channel on that. Okay.
No question about it. I also love the Breitling that Mr. Zoso has, the mint green one. It's really nice.
Yeah. You know what I love about this watch most, Bear?
Tell me.
They've hidden the date. The date.
I have to say
I wish it had no date. I
just think the color scheme on this thing is tasteful.
I never met watch enthusiast that likes the date on chronograph. Never ever have I met watch enthusiasts. Yet these companies, I think they, you know what it is, regular people, when they're buying watches, they see value in having date. Don't ask me why.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, it's when I recommended watches. Remember, I used to give advice, what's the best first watch you should have? And I'd always say, Speedmaster, get a man on the moon. The first thing they say is, I want an automatic.
Yeah.
Tanzil.
Super chat, $2.70, $2.80. Best bang per buck. Date to get if you're a Darwin kebab.
I'm going to go, what is it, 40 or 41 two-tone diamond dial, because that's what he's got anyway, so.
The date?
Yes. No, that's date just. That's date just, you mean.
Sorry.
Date.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Tridor! You need to get a Tridor. What do you think? I'd just like to own one.
Oh, Tan loves talking about fucking Tridors. Fuck me, that he loves. And then he immediately starts talking about exotic dials and starts reflecting on all his conversations with General Saad. Archie,
speaking of, look who we've got here, Paul Silesius, $5. Speaking of Czapek, you sound
so nice to see you,
as
Paul.
knowledgeable as Timmy. Ooh. Oh my God. Paul, I met Paul Silesius in Singapore. He is such a cool guy.
He genuinely is.
You know, he had the 5110P, that's the Patek World Time in Platinum. And I had my annual calendar when we met. I just got it from service. Unfortunately, it was taken away from me. But yeah.
Does that have a 750 in it?
5110P Platinum World Time like mine. The Platinum one with the blue dial.
Nice.
He was fucking A.
He was so cool. Paul was so cool. He's such a cool guy. And
even though he insulted you, eh?
He never insulted me. He's so
cool.
You know what he loves? You know what he loves? He loves his Chopard Lux. You know the look.
LUC, yes.
Yeah,
He does.
He
I follow
loves
him.
them.
I follow him on Instagram, so I'm pretty familiar with his taste. Very classy guy.
Very
Classy
classy guy. Very classy guy. Great guy.
I do too. I find Navitimers too busy, guys. That's my problem with Navitimers.
But what I think about this Boeing one though is it simplifies it a lot. It doesn't look as busy. This is the thing.
True. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That one, I gotta be honest with you, stands out beautifully. Colors are just cool.
Yeah,
And it's cleaner.
I love this one. I love this a lot.
Me too.
Anyway, that's if it was my pick of a Navi, I would go with this one.
I would too. I think it's just got the great contrast of colors. It's just done so perfectly.
And the great thing about this one, the great thing about this B01 movement. So you're getting the
best
high
of the
quality,
best.
best of the best Rolls Royce of it in it. So
the movement.
Yeah,
it's got the good movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one, the one that Mr. GMT has as well, that's a beautiful looking piece, and that's got the 750 Valjoux in it, and you can tell by the sub-dial layout. You can tell by how they are. They're more of a. It's a 12. What is it? They do a 12, 6, and 9 or something.
I call that Seiko configuration, cheap ass configuration.
It's not the same as this here.
That's a little bit different, Mikey.
Okay.
Also, I despise the noise that Valjoux movements make.
Don't you love when you're wearing one and you put your hand down on the bench and you feel the wrist go choo, 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 choo.
Exactly. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea.
You're a coffee man, aren't you, Bear?
Pardon me?
You're a coffee espresso man.
Do I like coffee? I love coffee. I love coffee and espresso. Why are you asking that?
Because it's not your cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea, Bear. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I tell you what. You know what? The thing about Breitling is, if this watch is successful, they'll bring out the 707 version, the 727 version, the 737, and then the Breitling 737 Max, which doesn't work. It just crashes. Tanzil, $2.80. Do you love or hate the Patek 5235? Bring it up, Arch. Bring it up.
I'm doing it.
You are absolutely correct that the chronograph. There is a cooperation between Breitling and Tudor, and the Tudor chronographs are utilizing the Breitling movement B01. But the problem with the Tudor, for some reason, they're too thick, too large.
This is an annual calendar, Bear. It's fucking gorgeous. It's beautiful. Look at this.
What's not to like about this watch, I wonder?
Yeah.
The only thing is, Bear, it's how you read the time is not conventional. You know this, don't you?
No.
Because where's the hour hand? Look at that.
Let me look. Oh, well, this thing is fucking moving. I can't. Okay. Fucking hell.
Hang on, I'll get some still shots for you, man.
I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. I don't like it. I don't like any of this kind of. I despise. You know that watch that has only one hand, the Meisterstruck or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Meisterstruck. Yes.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate it so much.
It looks like on this one, it looks like 12 o'clock is the hours. The main one is the minutes, and the bottom one's the seconds. You've got your date, triple date.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
It's a different setup, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't like that at all. I can imagine that Tanzil would actually like this.
So Bear's a no. Archie?
Yes, I got to be totally. I love it. This could be a one and done Patek for me. It's amazing.
Hunting cat?
I kind of like it.
The amazing thing is, just very quickly, one thing you may not notice is normally they use the 240 movement for the perpetual calendar. So this is actually very, very interesting because the annual calendar Pateks, they normally use a 315 or a 324 movement. Which is the big rotor. They're actually using a 240 movement, which is the micro rotor, rooted rotors, which is quite unusual. So it's kind of it's I love it.
Like me, Dad, it's been a long time since I've seen you get that excited. You fucking couldn't even slow down when you're talking.
Look at this.
That's a burst of knowledge.
It's beautiful. That was great. You need to do that all the time. Well done.
Paul
Sorry.
Salesius, $5. Arch, Bear, and Panel. You know I love you in my Eastern European way.
Yeah. Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely.
So, for me, I actually really like this Patek. I think it's fucking sexy. I also think that if you're looking at the subdials, how they have just that very fine edging of gold around them just sets it off as well.
How large? Yes. How big is this watch? Like 40?
Good question, Mikey. Let's have a look.
I think it is. I think it is about 40.
I like this watch a lot more than I like a lot of other Pateks. I can say that.
That's the movement. Let's go up here. Dial case. 40.5. 10 mil thick.
So I definitely like it. It's different, but I definitely like it.
Bear's traditional. He likes his three-handers. Yeah.
Yeah, I really would not. I would absolutely not buy this. Absolutely not.
If this was a three-hander, Bear, would you get it?
Well, everything about this watch is beautiful from a perspective of colors and stuff and the movement.
Yeah.
But this configuration is just so confuses me.
Yeah, it is an acquired taste, Bear.
You have to think too much about looking at
Now
the time.
I understand why Tanzil asked that. There is a reason. There's always a reason behind the season, okay? Tanzil, gentlemen.
Yes.
Never ask anything just to ask.
Very, very smart man. He knows his higher end. He knows how to throw a curveball.
Yeah, it's just he's very boring. That's the problem with Tanzil.
Hey guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta go.
Okay, okay, Mikey. Okay.
All good, Mikey.
Back.
Oh yeah, Mikey.
See you.
Look at that.
Amazing stuff. Look at this.
And great website shots as well for this.
Yeah,
well.
beautiful piece. Expensive. These are not cheap. These are not for poor people. Remember that. These are... Bear, I want to ask you something. Can I ask you something, Bear?
The guys are calling these regulators.
Yes, correct. Regulator style. It should be more regulator style. Okay.
Right. Smart way to present information, Von Krill, sir. Smart way to present information. All right. Hey, I learned something.
I want to ask you something, Bear.
Please go ahead, Archie.
We've spoken yesterday. We had the wizard disaster. We've had my own personal tragedy with my loss of collection.
Right.
How many watches do you think an enthusiast can be comfortable with? What is enough? Not. So what I'm saying is, you don't want to go. It's not like a buffet where we want or one of these, one of those.
Yeah, I absolutely understand your question.
What is a nice, thought out collection? So yes, that's a nice collection without being
three watches is absolutely compact and beautiful collection for watch enthusiasts. It's very mobile, it's stress free, and it can be done really right. 5 is my favorite number. That is
5, yes.
Very much reflecting on Archie 5. And then 8 if you want to be doing case and all other bullshit to play with. But I would say 3 and 5 is a very nice number for watch enthusiasts. Now,
3, yes.
There is no rules. You know that. There is no rules. But I sometimes imagine.
You know what numbers I like?
Go ahead.
I love the one and done. I love a two-piece, like one and done. You have like a sub, or you have a speedy. Two-piece, you would
like
have
a sub and speedy, let's say.
Exactly.
I
Like
love the sub. At one time, if you remember, Rolex had that duo, Rolex sub, no date, and a Speedmaster. And I thought, what a perfect duo. The two most iconic watches. And just from two brands that I love. So fucking A.
And the other thing is, Bear, if you have two, what about a Submariner and an Explorer, a GMT and a Diver? You know what I mean? Just perfect two-piece.
Yeah, of course. To travel, to have is a daily, of course.
And
nice.
I gotta be honest with you. Sometimes you get more enjoyment from having compact collection than a big. Whenever I had more watches, I ended up wearing beaters. I wasn't enjoying my stuff. That's the reason I got.
Just quickly, we got Tan the Man with a bit of a battle here.
Oh, sorry, Tan the Man. Sorry, apologies, Tan. Tan Zealand, sorry, $2.80. Patek 4550 Advanced Research versus Patek 5960p. So the Advanced Research, that's actually an annual calendar.
Yeah.
Where they were trying the springs, the different springs, the mainspring. So these were Advanced Research. They look like a 5146, which is the annual calendar, but they are limited. They got a special etching on the crystal at the back, display back, Advanced Research.
Right. So that's
highly collectible.
One.
Yep.
And
beautiful.
For number 2,
I'm taking number 1.
I'm taking number 2 because to have a chronograph Patek fake. This is so beautiful. Bear, it's platinum, annual calendar chronograph. Fuck, it's modern. This is one of the sexiest. That's it. That's all you need in life, Bear.
That's it, eh?
I'd go and live in a homeless shelter for 12 months if I could get one of these.
Oh, fucking hell. That's pretty, that paints a picture.
I like the aesthetics of the first one. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch. It's very vintagey, very gorgeous.
That's the movement.
Yeah, beautiful.
That was the escapement. Yep.
Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the moon phase. Look at the
power reserve as well. All right. So am I the one that has to make the difference here and call what it is?
That's exactly it. Da-da, da-da.
I'm going to have to go with Bear on this one, Archie. I'm sorry. I love the other one. I think it looks great. The aesthetics are beautiful.
No, that's
beautiful.
Yeah, but come on, look at that.
Archie, this is so sexy.
It is
gorgeous, man.
You know why Bear went for it, eh?
The only problem is, but the only thing is, you can get a 5146 a lot cheaper. Okay, most people wouldn't even know the difference.
Can you show me?
Does it really need to be an Advanced Research?
Can I see that? By the way, timely.
Yeah, 5146.
5146.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be Archie. I'm only looking here as
aesthetics.
Aesthetics of the watch. Yeah.
Yeah, just pulling that up now.
Something very cool about Salmon Dial, eh?
I'll get a better picture in a sec. This is just so you can see what's going on. There we go.
Beautiful watch. No, that's a nice advice, Archie. That's that's a good advice.
Because you're paying the extra, which if it doesn't mean anything to you, why do it? You know what I mean?
Chris says fuck the 5146. Dumb idea. Chris is not happy, man. The New Zealander, Chris is not happy.
Oh, fuck the 5146.
Those are some strong. There's a strong feelings.
You're shitting our brothers from across the. What's this crap coming up?
Ooh, there we go. That's a fighting words there.
No, not the watch. The ad. I mean, relax. The watch is beautiful.
Yeah, the Salmon Dial is really sexy. I agree.
He's hungry and he goes for the salmon. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look at him. He's in a trance.
Yeah, Paul Silicius loves by 146, but I'm not surprised. That's his style. I can understand that. I can see that.
Very, very cool. Archie?
Yes, sir. It's
okay.
beautiful. It's
I don't know.
absolutely...
You weren't even reading them for a second. You were just looking.
No, it's beautiful, but I don't know if you'd really pay more for the advanced research, but it's a beautiful watch. I love it. I love it. I want one, Bear.
Hey,
I would
why
love
not?
one.
Why not?
I would love one. I got to tell you, I'm actually thinking of more compact. I think, you know, how many of these? Here we go. Oh, we got another super chat. Super chat from Tanzil. It's a good question.
Oh, Rolex time. Rolex.
Tanzil, $2.80, 16550, or Fat Lady if you had the choice. So 16550, that was when this was a transitional model, came out in the early 80s when they went from a 1655. So that was the plastic version of the Explorer, the Steve McQueen. So the so-called Steve McQueen. Okay. And it went sapphire crystal. Now the funny thing is, 16550, the
what
rarest
do you mean
one.
Steve McQueen? That's not Steve McQueen.
No, the 1655 was the Steve McQueen. That was the plastic version.
Oh,
okay.
16550 is the Explorer 2. I want to get the cream dial. I want a cream
the
dial. I want a
crema whiter. Crema whiter.
Crema whiter. I want crema whiter.
So this is
whiter.
It's got that modern feel with tritium lume where it goes cream. That's beautiful, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually,
I've seen it in person. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of fake ones now. Got to be careful.
Yeah, but that's not the one I would take. That's not fully. I want a cream. I want a dial when dial goes cream as well.
Okay. Hang on. We can
yes.
Well, you'll make it happen, eh?
We can make it happen, mate. We can do anything.
Now what about Fat Lady, Archie? How do you feel about Fat Ladies, man?
Fat Ladies, that's he's talking Fat Lady is the Kermit. The Kermit.
What are you talking about?
Actually, Fat Lady, he's talking either Fat Lady, the Fat 4, or he's talking the GMT. He's talking the
Fat
GMT.
Lady is GMT.
Yeah. Sorry, Fat 4, Fat Floor.
Yeah, big difference, buddy. Like, what's with you? Your brain is fried up or what? What the fuck?
Dad, you had enough flat heading and flat edges and just enough of the flats.
Flats, yes.
Run flats. Come on, let's go.
Run flats. I got to tell you, I'd probably, out of the two, I'd go for 16550. I'd go for the Fat Lady. Sorry, I changed my mind. I'm going for the GMT Fat Lady. Okay, sorry.
I'm going this.
Are you?
Yep.
What would you go, Bear?
Oh, that's a tough one, to be honest with you, for me. Fuck. It's a really tough one for me, you know that?
Tanzil's saying Fat Lady is the Coke.
That's correct.
The Coke, yes.
I don't know, man. It's like the Sophia Loren or the Crema Whita. So I think I'm gonna go. You know what? This is unusual for me. I'm gonna go with Crema Whita. So you have to decide the winner here.
Yeah, for me, this is it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just there's something very organic about this. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would love to own a Fat Lady, no question. Especially I'm a GMT freak. I love GMTs. That's my favorite line. In Rolex, and Fat Lady is so important historically as well.
What's harder to come by?
I think Crema Whita with the perfect color is harder to come.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Bear. You are right.
All right, super chat. Phoenician
we got
Cedar.
A super chat here, Phoenician Cedar. Phoenicians, we love to have you on the show. $2. Archibald, would you ever reacquire the open heart. You know what? I'm going to bring something up. Do you mind if I bring something up quickly?
Go for it.
Of course, man.
Okay. You know, I've fucking been having a look at some photos. Like I get a bit down sometimes, right? But I pull up this photo and you know, Bear, I like to recreate the past. You know what I'm saying, Bear?
No shit.
Yeah,
I
no
have to
shit.
know
Look at this, Bear. Look at this, Bear.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah,
I knew
you knew it.
exactly what you're pulling
Yeah.
up, and you're gonna point at your Zenith with a hillbilly fucking
The hillbilly tourbillon.
yeah.
You know what? The problem is those Zeniths have actually gone up since I got out of mine. They have actually gone up a bit.
You always say that, man.
You know, they had a
I
special.
don't
My
think so.
favorite one. My favorite one. They had one called Classic Cars. Did you remember? I don't know if you know that, Timely. They had the Zenith Chronomeister called Classic Cars version.
No,
that's the one. If I could get one now, I'd get the Classic Cars.
Well, what I did say.
Can you bring it up? I'd love to see it.
Let's have a look.
Oh fuck, Bear! I could look at this photo for all day, Bear.
It's a good photo, no question about it. But least favorite watch for me on that photo is exactly the Zenith. And I mean by far least popular. By far.
All right, Archie,
here it is. Oh, sorry. I apologize. Here we go.
Nice.
Classic Cars, it's called. And it's not a hillbilly tourbillon. It's a proper.
Yeah, nice.
They call it.
I like that. It's a beautiful.
Yeah, it's called the Classic Cars Edition. Classic Cars Edition.
I really quite like that.
Me too.
Me too. I think Cove had one. Not so long ago.
Oh yeah.
What do they go for?
Oh, they're not a big premium. They're not. It's just like a normal.
Colors are just so right on it, man. Beautiful.
Yeah.
On point,
but
it looks good.
Yeah, it's
and
not.
That moment is a great moment. Great moment.
That movement is probably the JLC of chronographs, automatic chronographs. It's an amazing story.
And just onto the thing where you're saying, I sold it. It's gone up in value. That's what I was saying last night when you mentioned the Yachtmaster. I said, what AC3 does, he buys shit that no one else wants to get at the time, ends up flicking it later, and then it goes up in value after he's flicked it.
Up. I know. It's always the case there, guys. Sorry. Chris, $3.50 New Zealand. There was a Blueface 16550 prototype. Shit, I never seen that. What is that? A Blueface 16550?
No idea, Archie.
I've never, in all my life, ever seen that.
I'll be honest with you, there wasn't many pictures of it. So,
holy shit! And we got Toyota Mo. We got Toyota Mo back there. Toyota Mo. You know Toyota Mo?
Medium legend, ladies and gentlemen.
The medium legend.
The one and only Toyota Mo. Thank you,
Toyota Mo. $5. Love it when AC3 flexes his watch knowledge on us punters. Upvote Fikers!
Please, upvote, guys. Come on, let's... Oh, I never seen that either.
Holy looks shit. Good. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up to our attention, Chris.
I love how the tritium, I guess the faded tritium, whatever you want to call it, the custody color looks great against the blue.
It certainly does.
And the red hand just sets it off.
It certainly. Oh, what a beautiful watch! Look at the thread. Oh, the thread on that. You're right. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful.
It needs that touch, yeah.
I never ever seen this before. See, on ARCHIELUXURY, there's always something interesting to happen. Yeah, that looks fantastic. I wonder how much they go for.
There, your mic's gone to shit. Much better.
Incredible stuff.
Yep.
What I don't know what to say.
The question. So here's the question.
Yeah.
Would
Yes,
you
sir.
would you own this, or would you own this?
I'd still go for cream of white.
Archie?
I've been craving it for too long. Such a nice custard, such a nice yummy pudding.
How much is the blue? The blue's probably $100,000 watch.
Don't worry about price.
Oh fuck! You know what? I go the blue. I love blue. You know me. I love blue. It's so unusual.
Very cool.
And it's nipple dial. I love nipples, Bear.
No kidding. Oh wow. Good to know. Good to know.
It's okay to look but not touch, but Bear. Remember that.
Well, you can touch if they give you permission.
Yes. Yes.
I think
you have to be gentlemen. You have to be gentlemen after all, you know. I always tell.
And you certainly wouldn't be filming it, would you, Bear? You wouldn't be filming it.
I always taught my son the key with any lady is you have to be a gentleman. Always remember
100%.
I think please and thank you comes into play here.
Yeah, 100%, sir.
Look, with these watches, to pick one of these two, I think it's going to be, you're going to pick one, and then years down the track, you're going to start thinking about the other one. Because they're both just
because you know what, that's in our minds. It's like anybody that's into Rolex knows about Crema White. So that's something that would not, like, I would love to have the blue and Fat Lady and this. I mean, I would like to have everything, but can we have everything, Archie?
Sometimes in life, Bear, we can't. I'm sorry, Bear.
Exactly. So then we make our choices.
Yeah.
And we enjoy what we have. We enjoy what we have.
You can, but it's got to hurt. I think that was the going phrase.
Yes.
Do you think we really need a dress watch? Like Timely's got that beautiful Reverso.
Thank you.
That is such a beautiful. See, that's a sports. It's such a. I think I got to be totally honest.
The word you're using is inappropriate to need. I mean, we don't need watches.
We don't need any of this shit.
So ultimately, it's not the need. Do we love to have a beautiful dress watch? Yeah, I think we do. I think there's a place still for a beautiful dress watch. No question about it. There's a place for every watch. There's a place for you know, people say it's just a desk diver or whatever. It doesn't matter. It is what you actually perceive to be.
It's an expression of your own taste.
Correct.
What it comes down to, eh?
Correct.
So for me, I'm starting to wear the Black Bay 41 as my daily now. I mean, I'm wearing it to work. I'm wearing it everywhere.
Can I tell you what watch I would really like to get later on?
Yeah, Burgundy.
Mr. also did the research for us, gentlemen.
Here we go.
300.
350 US. That's for the blue he's talking about, is it?
Yeah. He did, because we did not know what that goes for.
Fucking hell.
So obviously the blue would be to get if you want to.
But see, you know what, Bear? I think it's best to look at these things not as money. You know what? We don't have to look at it just because it's worth more. Doesn't mean that's the one we like.
Yeah.
And look, for you, it's blue because that's what you do. That's your color. That's what you love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. And Bear's been chasing this one here.
Yeah.
For, you know.
A very, very good friend of mine has a perfect, beautiful example he owns. And I've seen it a few times. And my goodness, I really fell in love with it. So it's nothing to do
He's got the cream one, Bear.
Yes, sir.
He's in love.
So has he worn it much, or he wears it? What's the? Please tell me the story. What's the story?
No, he doesn't. He has some really nice vintage Rolex. The two that stood out for me from his collection was the vintage root beer, which is two-tone.
Vintage root beer.
Yeah, and this Crema White thing, and those two I just fell in love. He wears modern Rolex. He doesn't wear the vintage pieces that he has.
How did he get the vintage? Did he buy them? Is he the first owner, or he bought them pre-owned?
No, he bought it pre-owned.
Yes.
He's younger guy. He's not my age. He's a young, successful Rolex guy, but not not a douchebag, not hype. It's more of a collector, right? It's kind of like Tanzil, okay? Kind of like that type of guy. And that's why I had a chance to actually see it in person. And I was always like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Well, sometimes, you know, such an organic process, such an interesting process that leads to something beautiful. I am very happy with what's happening with my bluesy, with my two-tone vintage, well, bluesy. It's turning beautiful purple color, and it's just gorgeous. It's so different. You know what I mean?
Can I ask a favor, Bear, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
For the next show, are you able just to take a good photo with your phone so we can put it up, just so we can have a look at that beautiful color of it, if you can, like in the sun?
Of my bluesy?
Yeah, because it's unique, right? I mean, it's aged its own way.
Yeah, I think I have it on Instagram, but yeah, I will show you. Yeah, it's I don't wear it though. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I don't wear it, but yeah, I will definitely pull it out.
Because the beautiful thing of these vintage pieces, right? As they start to age, they age in their own way. They develop their own.
You know, the fucking thing is, can I tell you this? You know, the fucking thing is that I remember when people. I remember this is just the whole movement. Like you know, classic cars, right? You know, classic when people do like they do restoration. They used to restore it better than original.
Yep.
Like they'd restore a Model T better, like a Rolls Royce, right? And they would restore things nicer than they originally. Because the Model T, I don't know if you know this, but they used to dip the fucking thing in paint, pull it out, and it'd have paint drips. I mean, it was shiny black, but it was actually pretty. How do I put this politely? It was pretty crude how it was done. Okay.
Yeah.
So people who restored them have made them perfect, like a Rolls Royce. The interesting thing is, right, getting now what's happened is people with the cars, they like original paint, original, you know, everything.
Yep.
The vintage, I remember one guy, he sent it off to Rolex. They replaced the case. It was an Explorer 1, new dial. He goes, oh, it's a completely new watch. It's fantastic. Right. Now, that is not, it's still worth something, but it's collectors. Some collectors don't like that. You know what I mean?
It loses its money when you go stuffing around with it.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, I was selling I was helping a friend sell a Submariner. So he bought it as a birth year watch. He sent it to Rolex. They replaced the case.
Shit. How bad was the case for it to get replaced?
Well, it was, you know, they replaced the dial, and they also replaced the bracelet. He had, don't even get me started. He killed the value.
Replaced the watch.
What was left?
Well, the movement. It had the movement because it was a non-hacking.
Yes. How much of the movement did they replace?
No, I'm just telling you, right?
Kangaroo.
I'm at Costco. Should I buy glycine? Is it iconic? No, don't do it. It's a waste of money. You don't need it. You don't need it, okay? Don't buy it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Glycerin?
Don't do it.
Is Archie still considering a Yachtmaster too? Archie?
I gotta be honest with you.
Can I say the same thing? Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I was actually looking at instead of getting you're not going to like this, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I was looking at, instead of the Maserati, I could get a two-tone Yachtmaster 2. I was just,
look,
what do you think? No?
We saw that last night. Bear, I don't know, you're the Rolex guy, so you told me if I'm barking up the wrong tree. Either keep the bloody two-tone bluesy or get the Maserati blue, but stay away from the Yachtmaster. Yeah?
Stay away from the Yachtmaster.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Well, depends on the price.
And if you like the Yachtmaster too.
Which Archie does.
Okay.
Do you remember what it felt like when you got rid of that Maserati blue Daytona? It's like someone ripped one of your kidneys out or something. You were crying for weeks about this bloody watch. You had seller's remorse, and now you're saying, "Oh, I've got the opportunity to get it again."
Well, hang on a minute. Insurance hasn't settled yet. Just back the truck up. We're playing high pie in the sky. Pie in the sky.
Very high in the sky too.
High in the sky.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to go back into history here. Let's go back into the great days of Archie Luxury here. Let's go back in history, right?
Yes.
I remember you got rid of it. You got a Patek out of that deal, I think it was.
Yeah.
Right? And
it was.
And you love the Patek, but
I didn't. It wasn't the same.
You chased him for bloody weeks to get it back. Remember?
Yeah.
You were busting his nut to get that watch back.
100% right. 100% right. You've got it right.
Bear?
Yes, sir.
Come on, weigh in a little bit here, will you, for me, please? What are you supporting here? I need to know, because I'm trying to help him out here.
I think if you're asking me, I always recommended Maserati blue Daytona.
Thank you.
Now, Bear, if I don't have the money, would you recommend I get rid of my bluesy to help pay for it? He's thinking. Bear's the cogs are turning.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Those are hard questions. You have to make this decision on your own.
Yeah. Mr. Valjoux, $5. Isn't there a two-tone Yachtmaster with chocolate dial? Those are off the radar. Yeah, those are actually rose gold, and that's Yachtmaster 1. It's not Yachtmaster 2. I'm looking at the Yachtmaster 2, the big chunky baby.
Yeah, with the convoluted dial.
Bear has this one. Don't you?
Yeah,
and it's fucking gorgeous. You know what I love most about it is that bezel. The
bezel is my favorite as well, but it's also the warmth of the rose gold on Rolex. There's certain beauty on it. My three favorite rose gold that I have are the Wimbledon rose gold two-tone Datejust with a beautiful rose gold fluted bezel. This one, and then obviously root beer.
And just as shit Sirocco, I'm going to call it the Wimbledon dial. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
He loves the pronunciation of that, right? Super Chat playing the song.
Na 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 na. Baby Super Chat, baby Super Chat. Na 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 na. Baby Super Chat, baby Super Chat.
Bring in some Super Chats. Let's get the thing happening. Super Chat, baby. Super Chat. Let's get this on, baby. Absolutely beautiful. Dan T. That's your Macedonian brother, Bear.
That is my Macedonian brother from another mother. So nice to see you, Danny. So nice to see you.
$20. That's a big super chat. Danny, thank you so much, man. Swinging and I are going watch shopping. My budget is $5,000 on the low end and $10 on the high. I have an 8+ inch wrist. What should I consider? All brands on table. You know what I would go? He wants to buy new. I can feel it because you know what, Bear?
I'm listening, Archie.
I like that Speedmaster automatic coaxial 2-register 44 mil. You know those sexy colors, the blue.
The racing one, eh?
Racing, yes.
He can handle that. He's got a nice size wrist.
Mind you, they're a bit over 10, aren't they? Are they over 10, or you get that for 10?
I think
US.
Look, you can get. Look, 14.3 Australian. Some of them 11.
Yeah, it's around that. He's gonna get a discount on that and so on. Yeah, but
I was just gonna say for the 5,000 Pelagos, the older version 1, would be a nice.
Oh, Pelagos. Pelagos. The
I hate
Pelagos.
fucking
Beautiful.
Pelagos, but
Why?
I
Why
never
do you
recommend.
say
I
that?
hate that fucking watch so much, but I love Mikey, so I'm not going to insult the watch. I just don't like it.
That's okay, Bear.
Like
yeah, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. It is a different watch, you know. It's that Smurfy blue.
Let's get the JJ on. We love the JJ on.
What other recommendations can we give to our friends, guys? Let's think. He's a 5 to 10. 5 to 10.
You know what else I would say, Bear?
That is nice. See, that's.
What about a Monaco? Can we get a nice Monaco?
Yeah, he would also wear that well.
Caliber 11. Get a Caliber 11. Like
Caliber 11 is a nice choice.
Breitling B01.
Yeah, I want a discount, but Bear. I want a fucking discount. Okay.
You get a Panerai.
I love that. I love that racing.
JJ is back. Hello, JJ. Great to have you in the house.
JJ knows this shit well.
What do I know? Huh?
5,000 to 10,000.
5 to 10,000.
Oh. He has an 8+ interest.
Oh, I got a perfect watch for you.
Brother.
Perfect watch for you, Dan, that I've been looking at. Just a bit big to pull off. If you want a really fun watch, you got to see if you could get obviously a discount on it because retail is like 11. Tell them you want to go 10 all in, or you're not buying it. The new Omega Deep Sea is fucking awesome, ultra deep.
I haven't even seen them yet.
Let me tell you, the fit and finish is phenomenal on them. They are awesome, and they wear amazing for the size.
On the rubber, right?
Yeah, I love me particularly. I would get the blue rubber. It has a really cool band. Almost looks like those Richard Mille bands. You know, it feels awesome. Very thin, the band, but the watch is a thick boy. It's definitely a big diver. But
AJ, the blue dial one.
Huh?
Yeah, I love the blue dial one. That's the one I would recommend.
I think it has blue accents. I don't know if it's blue the dial. I think it's black.
The blue accents. Right. I know what he means.
They have a blue and an orange.
One second, just bringing it up.
If you could get that on 10 or under, I mean, I would try to get 30%. It would be 8,000.
Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? And on the rubber.
Then
try to get this, man. You know what? This is. I agree. I have to agree with. Let
me just read the comments so we can see it better.
The fit and finish on this thing. Just go look at it, you know, and you see for yourself.
Yes.
You would look like a champ.
Gorgeous.
You would look like a champ.
I want to ask you something. What's the best way to get a discount on this shit when you're in America? Like, there's a certain Australian way. What do you say?
I would go in. Well, pretend like you're not really going to buy anything that day. Just be like, oh, I've been thinking about looking at it. Well, don't say, oh, I really love this ultra deep. I'm dying to get it. You know, kind of fudges up your plan there. But I would go into like a smaller place that has multiple brands, not a chain. And I would just look around and be like, yeah, I'm looking for a watch. I'm really only looking to spend about, 5, 6, 7,000, and then just browse around and slowly work your way over to Omega and look at other stuff. And then like, oh, what's this one? This is cool. And then they go, oh, 11. Like, I really like this one, but I can't pay 11. If you could work out a deal with me, I'd be interested. This one is really beautiful. Make it look like it's an impulse buy. That's the thing, because if they think you have it on your mind, then you're going to wait.
Because they'll be worried that if you leave, it's done. You're not going
to impulse buy. Once you're gone, it's done. But if you're thinking about it, they'll say, fuck it, he'll come back in 3-4 days.
What's the most discount you reckon you could get out of them, weasel out of them?
The most, technically 30%, but I don't think they're doing that nowadays. But I would shoot for try to get 20-25% on this watch,
Well, wow. Their actual cost, the dealer cost, my dealer, I'm going to speak on my dealer, his cost on most of the Omega watches is about between 58 and 61%. So that should answer to you what is he capable of giving as a discount.
Interesting.
Yeah, is Omega moving fast, or what's he saying? What's the vibe on the street, Bear?
The Omega watches are moving okay. Not fast. Nothing is fast except Rolex and hype watches, right?
Fucking
Pan Seal and Sari $5. JJ's watch hangout.
The hideout. He's making a spoof of the hideout that I was hiding out. Right?
I know.
Hiding. JJ was hiding. Yeah.
Czapek Glacier Blue for 28.5 on Moda. Worth leaving the bunker for a purchase? There we go. He's asking you.
I'd have to ask my mom permission if I could leave the basement, but I don't know if she'll let me out.
JJ, is that over retail or retail or under retail?
Honestly, a little rusty. I haven't looked at Czapek since they came out.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So I
fucking hate the brand. I fucking hate.
I would love if you get this. If they have it. My AD has not received these yet.
I wouldn't buy it unless it's way under retail because
Swinging Kangaroo, $2. Then Dan T and I walk in and walk out with Grand Seikos. JK. Just kidding. Just kidding. There, I got to tell you something. I got a friend of mine, super collector. I don't want to name him, okay, but he got 2 Omega Speedmasters in solid gold, a rose gold and a yellow gold. He basically said that, like, they kept hassling him. Hey, do you want to buy this? He says, "There's no point contacting me unless you got a Snoopy for me." The days of paying retail on Amiga are well and truly over, Bear. You got to be very careful.
Oh yeah, I'm not in disagreement with that. It would take a special fucking Omega to now for me to buy it. I mean, I cooled off 100%.
The other thing is,
I honestly I've been waiting for the 3-1. I think if he calls me and offers me 3-1 now, I would be like, I don't know about that.
The other thing is, a lot of this is I've been told from Singapore. A lot of people in Singapore. Here we go. Timely behavior, $3. Contribution to JJ's basement bunker fund.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I'll get some freeze-dried food with that money for the apocalypse.
Get some of that space ice cream. You know, that freeze-dried ice cream.
Astronauts ice cream.
Can you remember?
Have you tried this watch on your wrist, JJ?
I did try this on twice.
Do you have a picture of that?
Oh, I might. I don't think I did take a picture, but I might have the second time. I gotta look.
Hey, Timely, did you ever
see it on a
Timely,
Yes,
did you
sir.
ever remember space food sticks? Remember space
Yeah,
food
they're like chocolate rubber.
Yeah, I fucking loved them as a kid.
Yeah, we all
here we go.
Super
AD
stuff.
never calling $10. Czapek lost momentum in the year they took to manufacture them. There we go.
Right. Yep.
I still like the watch though. I love the watch.
Yeah,
I really. I think. I think Patek has one coming. That's. If you don't fucking like it and you want to sell it way under retail, please contact me, Patrick.
Remember Tang?
Oh yes, Tang the drink. Actually, I drink some vitamins, which is like Tang now.
Yeah,
it's supposed to calm me down, but it just doesn't just gives me gas. It's a joke. Tanzil Ansari, $5. Question for the panel: which rotation is better for daily? Black Bay 58, Speedy 3861, Halcylite, Pepsi. So which rotation is better? So Black Bay 58, Speedy 3861, Halcylite, and a Pepsi versus 124060, no date sub and a Pepsi.
No date sub and Pepsi.
100%. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, you gotta get that.
I got to tell you, Bear.
It's actually a beautiful pair. Beautiful pair.
I'm hearing Tudor.
Pepsi, fucking A. No date sub and Pepsi, beautiful. You want to add third? Add Daytona. Fucking A. What
quality over quantity.
What a trio. You have to admit, that's a beautiful trio.
Yep.
You got to admit it, Bear. That's a beautiful. Can't go wrong with 2 Rolex, can you?
No, you cannot go wrong with 2 Rolex. It's such a nice duo. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
That should keep a man happy, shouldn't it?
I think so. I honestly believe that.
That's all he fucking needs. That's all he needs. Boom, do it. That's it. Have some money in the bank. Don't live paycheck to paycheck.
So these lugs are not too on this
Monster.
Ocean. They're not bad, eh? I am intrigued by this watch. I'm genuinely intrigued by this watch. JJ.
The fit and finish, I'm telling you, when you see it in person, is really, really nice on this. A consolation, if you can't get this or it's too high in the price spectrum, another watch I've been really into is the Panerai 683. I don't know. I've been into these oversized divers lately. It's kind of a thing I have going on with rubber strap.
Hey, Jimmy says, great show, boys. Great watch talk listening in the background while working. Excellent news. Thanks you so much.
Jimmy. Don't work too hard, man. Thank you, buddy.
Too hard. JJ, don't you think this is just too big butt for your wrist? 45
Dude has 8+ inch wrist.
It was. JJ said when he come on, he said, look, this is a little bit too big for me, but because you got an 8+ inch wrist,
I don't think I could pull this off myself.
Yeah, what's your wrist size, Archibald? 7.5?
Yeah.
It's much more wearable than you think.
You could. You could.
Okay.
I could probably pull it off, but it would be big. The thing is, it's thick. But it is what it is. It's meant to be an oversized diver. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thick. That's the problem.
Jesus, 18.1 mil thick.
Yeah, it's a thick boy.
Whoa.
It's meant to be. It's not like a dress watch that was made too thick. This is supposed to look that way on the wrist. It's supposed to be
yeah, I know, but
hefty diver.
I've got the Black Bay 41, and that's call it 15. I'm looking
it's
at it.
It's supposed to wear like an offshore.
That,
you know
that
what I mean?
redefines the term square watch.
That's a
it's supposed to wear like an offshore, like an oversized diver, same type of style.
Yeah.
Right, that's the idea. It's a James Cameron. Yeah. It's a James Cameron re-edition. Yeah.
100% right. It's
you can see they were definitely going after that. The Cameron with this one.
I mean, yeah.
Just to rewind the tape a little bit, we had the Rolex Submariner and the Pepsi as the two-piece choice for the battle. Yeah. Archie said, "Can't go wrong with it. Any man would be more than lucky to have great collection. Blah blah blah." Yet he wants to go for a Yachtmaster.
100% right. It's nuts.
Hey, you never know how our mind works.
Pepsi.
Pepsi's too dear.
The Apex Predator out. You gonna get the Apex Predator?
Apex Predator. Yes.
I love Prophet.
I gotta tell you,
comes up, but he cracks me up. That guy.
You know, you're a Pam man. You like the California Pam, JJ? The California. That's a 47 mil. Fucking monster. Fucking monster.
Yeah, I like the dial, but I would never get a 4. If it was like 42, it would be cool.
I know. I don't know why the fuck they don't do that. It's crazy.
They you got to watch. I'm not a big fan of the company in general anymore. They just do too much shit. It's like they want to go out of business. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but there's so many fakes. Yeah. You don't know what's what. I don't know. It's just a mess over there. But they do have like an interesting aesthetic, you know.
I love the aesthetic, that vintagey retro style.
Yeah, this is super cool watch. This in 40-42 would be amazing.
You know what pisses me off is Pam had a whole range of. They did a gold Pam, which is beautiful. 50 meters water. What the fuck is this garbage? What the hell?
Yeah,
you know,
30
makes no sense.
or something.
You know who did a great video? You know the guy Jory Goodman, the time teller. You ever see that guy?
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah,
he does a good one.
I call him a time yeller.
He did a great video on why Panerai sucks.
He always yells, man. The guy yells a lot, man.
Yeah, he does a lot of low end brands, so it's not really the stuff.
Yes, he does. He does do a lot.
He did one on why Panerai sucks now, and it was very detailed. It was really good. And it's not that old. It's a couple months maybe he did it.
I love that French guy in Hong Kong as well. Bonjour, Lulu. Remember that guy? He's great.
Bonjour, mes amis.
Yes, that's the one. I love him. He's so cool.
Yeah, he's good. Whatever happened to, remember EDC Gunner? Remember him?
EDC, yeah, because he used to live in the Eastern Bloc, wasn't he? Where was he?
Yep. I'm not sure exactly, but
he's in Bosnia. He's a good friend of mine.
Well, he used to come on the shows all the time, but he hasn't been around in a while.
He was busy with he had a baby and then the new father growing up with a kid is growing up, you know.
Guess what he's got?
He got
he's got Rolex, but he's also got Archie's Reverso.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he saw yours.
He loves Archie. He loves Archie.
Yeah, he's a good guy. EDC Gunner. I love him.
Yeah, I remember. I used to watch his videos before I ever came on any of these channels. Like he used to do the EDC videos.
Yeah, that's why I liked it too. I started watching because of his EDC videos.
Yeah, and
here we go.
One day he left me a comment and said, like, "Oh, I'm a fan of the channel." I'm like, "Me? I've been watching you. I'm a fan of you." It was pretty funny. Sorry. Yeah.
AD never calling $10. Since the international watch dealer crime ring is based in Canada, we should consider revoking Canada's official currency status of the Archie Luxury channel and make it the US dollar.
I'll let Archie discuss that with Tanzil Ansari, who is from Ontario, Canada. Okay, just so we know.
Whatever you do, don't use the Aussie peso.
No.
Please.
Exactly.
Not on them here.
I got to tell you.
Just use California dollars.
Yeah,
might as well use Vietnamese dong if you're going to use
Mikey,
the Aussie
we're doing
peso.
really poorly with upvotes, man. We really are struggling with upvotes.
Come on, guys.
Really? Come on, everybody. Let's upvote.
I'm going to put the aircon on 1 minute.
Maybe Mike can tell us why.
Can we do full screen on Mikey to do a please for upvotes?
We can do that. Ready, Mikey?
Okay,
Hang on.
everybody. Hold hands, everybody. And then let go and reach over and push the upvote button, and then we can all grab hands again, and we can all dance in a circle. And
Mike, can I ask you a question? How much does it cost to upvote?
It costs nothing to upvote. Only maybe less than a calorie of energy, even.
And what do we think of Mookie? Fuck that Mookie.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Fuck that, say it. Fuck that Mookie.
I like Mookie on Star Trek. She's great.
Oh, never mind.
Who's Mookie?
Yeah, who's Mookie, Archie?
You're getting so confused right now, Mike. It's not funny.
Mookie is that guy who helps out Watch Nicholas.
Ah, I see. I understand. Okay. Super chat from Mr. Valjoux. Texas rules tonight.
Mr. Valjoux, $5. I'm enjoying this conversation. On a different note, which watch channels are post-pandemic collateral damage?
Huh.
Ooh, what do you think, Bear?
Well, my channel is one of those.
Oh, you don't do anything now?
Nothing.
Why is that?
I don't know. Too much work for nothing. There's no money in making videos, Archie.
I enjoyed your videos, Bear.
Yes.
Thank you, Mikey. Yeah, it's a lot of work, Archie. A lot of work to put the video together. I mean, my whole weekend would be basically dedicated to putting a video, and then, basically, if I want to put one video a week, and then, you get like a for the month. Sometimes you don't even. I never even made a quota to actually get paid. So I don't know. It's just.
Oh, we got Lambo Tan on. Hello, sir. How are you?
What's going on, boys?
Hey, Tan.
Hey.
Tanzil and Sadia, how are you?
Tan. I take a nice vacation to Toronto to go to the Canadian International Auto Show, and all this shit pops off this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. How was the show? Were you happy with everything?
Yeah, the show was really good. I had a couple buddies who were doing the other cars on display at the show, which was great because my nephew got little VIP access, got to go, across the little curtain and see all the stuff really up close. So it was really good, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, had a good time.
Cool.
Tan, I heard you were hiding with the rest of the Canadian.
I was in JJ's watch hideout, boys. I've been hiding. Unfortunately, I can't have a life.
The car show is just a roost, then.
You're not allowed out on
the bunker. The doomsday
bunker.
bunker.
I don't get it, man. Like, I really don't get it. Like, I guess I haven't had a chance to make a comment on a lot of stuff. I'm not going to comment specifically on the person, but, like, I don't know. Like, during the watch boom, there have been so many fly-by-night dealers. Like a lot of watch collectors became mini dealers, and it's like, if you actually go in, like, history, right? If you look up some of these dealers on Rolex forums, you're not going to find them. Like, all the people that you see here, a lot of them that you talk about, outside of a few, right? Like, Luxury Bazaar was definitely around from back in the day.
Yes.
But like, in 2012, like David SW was like, he was top notch. Takuya, top notch. These guys were like, they were OGs of OG. We talk about OG these days, and it's like 2 fucking years considers people an OG. It's like, come on, man.
10.
It's just too many fly-by-night dealers.
10, in the bunker, JJ did the cooking, didn't he? He was slicing the garlic with the razor blades and stuff, yeah?
Oh, man, the Sicilian cooking, man. Those peppers, man. Oof. I can't. JJ's homemade tomato sauce.
Yeah?
Tomato sauce.
Yeah, Archie walked in with 2 loaves of bread and said, now he could eat.
David SW. I've done
it's so true. It all started from David SW on the Rolex forums.
I've done so many deals with David SW. Like, I had a friend who bought a sub recently, about a year ago from David SW. And I had a problem. The sub had a problem. And, David SW, completely stand-up guy, said, look, couple options. I'll refund your money. I'll service it at Rolex. I'll service it with an independent. Whatever you want, we'll take care of it. And my friend's new to the watch game. He didn't really know. And I recommended David SW. And I said, look, he's going to make it right in whatever way, shape, or form. Like, I've done many deals with a guy, and the guy is like literally, as he would be the type of person, even I would say, I'd give you your money, if there was a problem. Because the guy is just, he's been doing it for over a decade. You know what I mean? Like, there's some dealers that have been around for a long time. There's a lot of these fly-by-nights that I've never even heard of, and it's like, I think the answer is buyer fucking beware these days.
Yeah.
But you also got to be smart too, I think. Like, and look, like the victims, I think all were in a tough situation because, you had situations where, legit deals had been done and they had no reason to doubt that it wouldn't happen, in the future. So I do really feel bad for them. But
this is the thing, Jen. George was saying that, he made a deal earlier on and he got his watch. So that there was there was nothing bad about him at all. So there's no reason to think you're not going to get the next one. Like,
Absolutely. All of the victims in this situation, were all, had all legitimate cases and legitimate reasons to think that their deals would be fine, right? Like they like, if anything, the victims are the ones that should be supported in this. I think that what I'm trying to say is just, it's become such a minefield. And I guess the reason I'm saying this is because I'm reading the chat and a lot of people are a little wary now of gray dealers. And I'm like, look, you don't have to be. There's a lot of good ones out there. Luxury Bazaar is one of them. David SW, Takuya Watches. Like, I'd say those 3, if you're in the United States, you'd have no issues. Watchbox, Govberg, amazing dealers. I've dealt with Brian Govberg personally, amazing dealer.
And to JJ's point with what's going on as well, right? There's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks. I think that's the phrase you used, JJ. Yeah.
Yeah, it said everybody's Dan Marino at the water cooler on Monday morning.
Yeah.
That's the thing, JJ. It's like, since the boom happened, the greed really got into the watch game. There's a lot more greed that came into it. And from there, you got a lot more scammers that are out there now, and a lot of other things. Not insinuating that anybody's a scammer, but I'm just saying it's gotten a lot more prevalent than it used to be. So if you're worried about it, stick to the real trusted dealers.
Super chat, Mr. Valjoux, $5.
Super chat, Mr. Valjoux, $5. What do you think about Watchbox and Jack Foster? I'm not feeling it. Feels contrived. Watchbox doesn't serve to have Jack on the team. Am I wrong? So just to fill you in, Jack Foster, he was from Hodinkee. He's one of the original Hodinkee staff. And I quite like the guy. I quite like Jack. I think Jack was always quite an honest sort of guy. He jumped ship to Watchbox, and I don't mind his stuff. What do you reckon, guys?
I don't understand why he would think that Watchbox doesn't deserve to have him. I mean, Watchbox is one of the biggest media platforms, great dealer. They're an authorized dealer for Rolex. I think they're still an authorized dealer for Patek, one of the oldest. Like,
we're still trying to get Archie in there, aren't you, Tan?
Yeah, look, I think that collaborating with Watchbox
Tan doesn't matter.
Well, no, look, anybody collaborating with them is a good thing.
That ship has sailed and sunk. Okay, that's
never say that. I'm sorry, I disagree with you.
Maybe they'll give you a show and they could call it Archbox.
Didn't your rodent mate that has no knowledge about watches, didn't he get into that joint?
He got it.
Yes, but it didn't last long. That really did not last long.
We got Sturdy Danny on the screen as well. And
Sturdy Danny, there we go. AD never calling $10. JJ, what's the official currency of the JJ Watch Hangout? US dollars or Canadian dollars?
Oh, it's Silver Eagles, Zombie Apocalypse Silver Eagles is all we accept in the bunker.
Okay.
Maybe
I think it's Bahraini Bahraini dinar, I think. Bahrain watch collectors.
Bahraini dinar,
big supporter.
Yes.
We welcome money of all denominations and countries.
I'd like to make a suggestion for the currency of Archie Luxury. We should use gold teeth.
Did you guys hear Sturdy Danny's rap? Oh, so good. The Tickers rap. Oh, so
no, I did not. I did not hear the Tickers rap.
Watch Nick played it last night at the end of his show. It was really funny.
I'm sure we'll hear after Archie show.
Archie, I don't think a lot of people asked you, Archie. Like, and I haven't been watching all the streams, so I wanted to ask you personally. Like, you were a watch dealer for a long time, whether that was in Thailand or even locally in Australia.
I was working for a watch dealer.
You work for Time Man back in the day, right? TimeMan.net. Right?
Yeah.
So my question is that you've kind of heard the story and the amount of deals that went sideways. Was this a common occurrence for you back in the day, or is this something you think that's very, it's just what would be happening in today's day and age? Was it like common for you? Is it a common occurrence, like, or is this just out of whack right now, you think?
Look, I got to tell you, the problem is there's no barriers to entry. This is the whole problem is. And I got to tell you, in the day itself there, you know what? I don't mind selling. I didn't enjoy it. That's why I don't do it. I'm not a watch dealer, okay? Because I prefer to talk about watches. I fall in love with my stock. I'm a terrible businessman. You should never fall in love with your stock. And I never had enough capital, okay? You need it.
But you're not answering the question, right? Like, I didn't ask you if you like watch dealing. I asked you the question. You dealt a lot with Asia, right? Because this is a lot of the center of this issue was deals were going on in Asia. And you definitely dealt a lot with Asia, either in Australia or
scan collectors. They say, "Oh, send me a photo of this. Send me a photo of the movement set." And are you interested? No, I just want a photo. They just collect scans.
Right. So obviously scams were prevalent at the time.
Scan. They want scan. They collect. Look, I'll be honest with you. I think it was. It's probably. Look, I'll be honest. I think it's worse now because there was so much easy money to be made. Anything you bought went up in price. It was so easy to make a buck. And believe it or not, the reason I stayed out of watches is because I was always scared of security. Okay? I was scared of security.
Look at this fucking guy, Tanzil. Look at this fucking moron. Okay.
AD never calling $10. Fike Bear and Tanzil. They're not even real Canadians.
No, read it properly.
You have to read it properly, man.
Fike Bear and Tanzil and Saria. They're not even real Canadians, Bear. I need to discuss this with a native Canadian.
Right.
Is Jimmy Canadian born, or do I have to go to that fucking amazing Laura Connor?
What do you mean? I'm Canadian born. What do you mean? I'm born here.
Yeah. What's the problem with the guy being born here and not? What are you trying to say, Patrick? Patrick, come on the stream. Let's discuss this man to man. Texan to Canadian.
So Archie, my question is then, from the follow-up is, there's a lot of people in the chat that are just they're a bit uneasy right now dealing with the gray market, and I don't think a lot of people talked about this. So I want to ask you the question.
Comment on that, Tanzil? You introduced me to the gray market dealer that I proudly call friend today, by the way. That gentleman is a gold standard.
Yep.
And I think that's important that when you decide to actually deal with somebody from gray market, you get recommendation from people you trust and they actually know what they're talking about, as I did. And
and Archie, look, so Bear came to me and he's like, who's a good dealer that that you trust? I mean, this guy I introduced Bear to, I did about $250,000 worth of deals with him. Right. Before introducing him to Bear. Like, it was not a situation of like, I know the guy. It's like, no, I've put my hard-earned cash, whether either buying or selling to this individual, at a very high amount of money, right? Like, it was definitely vetted.
Let me put it this way to describe the honesty of this guy. I sold him a watch. He paid me for a watch. This is not on consignment. Here is the money. Take care, Bear. Take care, buddy. And he's gone. And maybe 2 weeks later, I see $750 deposited into my account, and it was from him. And I call him and say, "What the fuck is this?" And he says, "You know what? I sold it for more than I expected, so I gave you the difference."
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
Well,
didn't have to do that. Didn't have to do that. You know, I bought a Panerai from him, the 111, and 4 months later, after I bought it, 4 months, the mainspring broke, and you know, I let him know, and it wasn't a situation of like I was trying to get money out of him. I just said, hey, you know, this is just kind of just what happened. No big deal. I just want to let you know. And he said, I'll pay for the service. Right? They didn't even question it. Didn't even, you know, insinuate anything. He's just like, I'll pay for the service, man. No worries. I'll take care of you. Like guys like that would make you comfortable to go back. You know, and so the question I had,
gold standard.
Yeah. So look, the question, Bear. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, man, it's a lot worse now. It's a lot worse now because the big problem here in the watch business is that there's so much money going around. In my day, people would have, they might have a couple watches. Now you've got collectors who have 20, 30 watches, and that's not even a big collection. You know what I mean? It's on steroids now, and I got to be honest with you. I don't like. It's something like this. Never make your hobby your business, because you may not, you know, it's not going to be the same.
Well, I think that's the point, right? Is there was a lot of quote, let's say quote air quote dealers that were just collectors that were, you know, trying to make a buck on the side, right? Like these are the fly by nights.
Yeah.
Right. Like one Bear and I are talking about, he's a professional dealer. Like he does hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, every couple of weeks. The guy moves a decent amount of stock for the Canadian market. My question is that like there's a lot of uncertainty in the chat right now around, you know, I'm concerned about going to the gray market now from this, you know, all the sensationalization of this story. And the question I wanted you to, or ask you to address to the chat is like, you know, what is your recommendation for people now, given the story is so big right now, like with the gray market? Are you recommending they don't go to gray market? Are you recommending they go to certain dealers? Like, what would you tell somebody who says, I'm not sure?
My advice hasn't really changed. I always say, people come to me and say, is this a good deal on eBay? Is this a good deal on Chrono, a private seller? I say, look, why don't you find a dealer in your country and go and see the watch. Go and see it. So I got to be honest with you, Tan. Pay more.
Except when you're buying a watch for your wife, and then you buy from a lady boy on eBay for the lowest price possible, right?
That's right. I got my ass kicked on that one.
And then you got to determine whether or not it's a fake, and then there's all that rigmarole. And
well, Archie, this was the whole premise back in the day of us. You know, we used to talk about fake watch gurus that used to come on YouTube who would spruik improper advice to people, you know, and it was dangerous because it would put people on the wrong path. And oftentimes there was an agenda behind it, right? Somebody was either getting sponsored by a micro brand.
Exactly. Or they're getting a free one or this or that, you know?
Yeah. So like it's very important that people, as they're watching folks on YouTube, you know, really, it's really buyers beware. It's a very, you know, it's definitely a lot bigger of a minefield right now than it was. But like, yeah, like I've always taken the stance of like, look, you got to be really careful with anybody.
And I know they say buy the seller, right? Don't buy the watch, buy the seller. And
yeah, but the tough part about that time, sorry to interrupt you, is like, you know, I think in this certain circumstance, like there was no reason why any of the victims wouldn't have bought the seller, right? I think they were fine in that case.
That's where I was going with it. I was about to say they were buying the seller in this case. That's the thing. Some of them had tried and true. They've done deals, got the watches back in that respect.
Can I tell you my experience?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I'll tell you my experience with this dealer. So I was in, you know, everyone knows that I was been looking for the 5212, and somebody in the chat, you know, sent me a message on Instagram saying, hey, you should consider talking to the dealer in question that has been all over the internet for the past couple of days. So, you know, as Timely said, buy the seller. I didn't really ask JJ. I didn't ask anybody else. I wanted to do it myself. So I said, hey, you're in Canada, right? You know, I was a moderator for the Canadian Watch forums for many years. I'm quite well known in Canada. I use my real name, as everyone knows. And like, hey, do you know XYZ? Bear and I know, like all the major dealers that, like, if you have been in the game long enough, these dealers would know you, right? And okay, so it doesn't mean that they're not, you know, a dealer. It just means that they probably haven't been around that long. So I kind of put this individual in the group of like, you know, hey, probably just been around since around longer, but maybe they weren't doing dealing in a capacity that, like, if you've never bumped into any of these major dealers, it makes no sense. Like, if you're really moving that much weight,
no.
Because all the major Canadian dealers are always selling in MOTA. They're always selling to the United States because the Canadian market's small.
Yeah.
So they would have bumped into the guy in the United States anyway. Yeah. So like I told OC this, and I told other people this, that when I encountered this individual, I said, yeah, you know, it's not for me, because I'd rather be comfortable with somebody that I know, that the people that I know have been good with this individual on an occasion that's not in the past 2 years. 10 years ago, if you work with this guy, like David SW, yeah, okay, then that's vetting this individual correctly. If you've been only known in the past 2 years, like, I still would probably pass on dealing with that person.
Wow.
Archie, remember when you used to go to a grey dealer because it used to be cheaper than getting brand new?
100%. That's so has changed. The world has changed, Danny. The world has changed. So did you end up talking to this dealer, Tan? Or
yeah, no, I messaged them on Instagram. I was vetting them on Instagram. I said, look, this is who I am. You know,
what did they say to you? What did they say?
They tried to say their credentials, right? That they're a moderator on something that I've never heard of. And so then I said, okay, well, have you dealt with David SW? Have you dealt with Takuya? Have you dealt with all of these other major Canadian dealers, right? Like, have you dealt with anybody who's been around the game for more than three years? No, he said, no, I haven't. I'm like, okay, well, unfortunately, you know, if I'm doing a deal with a big ticket item like a Patek, you know, a dealer that's
did he ask you to pay a deposit? What did he ask you to do?
I would never pay a deposit on a watch like that. I would say, look, I'll give you not a half deposit, right? I said, look, if you want me to know if I'm serious, I'll give you $1,000, and that's it, right? I'm not going to pay you half the money for you to get an allocation. That's fucking stupid, you know? And like, you tell me when you get the watch and I'll pay you the money. Like, if you need, because here's the thing, Archie, what I would say to this individual if they're trying to get a deposit out of me is I'd say, look, talk to the 30, 40, 50 major dealers that I've dealt with over the past 15 plus years that I've been watch collecting, and they'll tell you I'm good for the money, no matter what. And so you just get the watch and I'll pay you when you have it in hand. And that's it. It's simple. Like, and I've had people from the channel reach out to me trying to sell me Pateks. And I've said, okay, why don't we do an escrow thing? Because if you're at the other end of the country and you don't have anybody that knows you, right? I may know a dealer in that city, and we can do an escrow deal. Like, you can go to that dealer, they're very well known, drop your watch off of that dealer, I'll pay that dealer the money, and then they'll ship me the watch. I'll pay a bit of a fee. Like you said, pay a little more for your safety. Like, but like, I think the issue sometimes is like, everyone's trying to chasing the deal sometimes, and sometimes it could be too good to be true, even if they vetted everybody. So it's a minefield, man. It's really tough to sometimes, you know, figure out. But you got to, if you pay a little bit more to protect yourself, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Tell me this: you were never even. Yeah, see, you're quite a cautious guy. See,
it's not cautious. It's experience, man. It's experience. It's not cautious.
Yeah.
Experience. Like, if you don't know anybody and he's trying to sell you something from India, right? You might say, okay, well, go bring that watch to Hisham, and I'll pay Hisham the money.
The same thing has happened in the classic car.
That's exactly how Hisham got screwed with Mikey and allocation for his his things for the boxes for Asia.
Did you hear about that disaster with the luxury car dealer in California?
Yeah, that's CNC Motors. This story literally reminded me of CNC Motors, where CNC Motors would take cars on consignment. He would sell the car. He would then not give the buyer the title, and he would not give
have the title.
No, he never had the title, and then the customer with the title never got paid. And then he just kept the money, and it was a huge scandal. This literally story reminded me of CNC Motors.
Hello, Mr. Zoso.
Hey, Arch. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, listen, I wanted to chime in a little bit on this subject. There's a lot of watches that you can't buy from an authorized dealer. For instance, right? I wanted 3 or 4 years ago, I wanted a 3807. So that's a Breguet blue face. It was only made in Japan.
Yes.
I don't know. It was I guess about 4 or 5 years ago.
It's the Type 20, isn't it? The Type 20, the blue.
It's a Type 20. It's a stainless steel watch. It's blue face brigade, and it has an exhibition back, and it was a limited production. Yeah. And obviously it was made for the Japanese market, and I couldn't get the watch anywhere. And I called Roman, and I told him, that I'm looking for these types of watches, and he said, "Don't worry about it. I'll find one for you." Yeah. Now, I mean, there's a value to that that you don't get just anywhere, and it's hard to find somebody that you can go to and trust. And it just so happens that his location is not far from where I live. So, I mean, even though I've never been there, I'm very comfortable dealing with him, and I'm comfortable dealing with a bunch of guys who I've dealt with over the years. But anyway, my point is you can't always get everything you want, especially if you're an actual collector of watches.
You can't always get what you want. Rolling Stones. Very quickly, Tan. We got a super chat. Play the music.
Na 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 na. Baby super chat, baby super chat. Na 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 na. Baby super chat, baby super chat.
Bring in some super chats. Let's get the thing happening. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's get this on, baby. Okie dokie. Here we go. AD never calling $50. AD never calling $50. Nice try, Bear. We all know there's no such thing as an Intuit Serbian Canadian. All real Canadians. Inuit. All real Canadians need to disavow the international watch dealer crime ring by making the US dollar the official reserve currency of the Archie Luxury Channel. Thank you so much.
Okay, I can't argue on that. I cannot argue on that.
I think Patrick does those super chats, $20 and up, just to piss me off personally. I can't stand those songs that you play. They are horrific, dude. And I think he actually gets a thrill out of knowing that he's going to piss me off every time he super chats $20 or more.
Mm-hmm. It's a good point, though. It's a good point. Like, I've done the same thing where, anything that's really difficult to find, especially Patek for me, right? Like, certain Pateks are very difficult to find. I will send dealers, like the ones I trust, to actually search and see if they can get it and let them take the risk of finding it from somebody. And then I pay them, whatever for the risk. Like, it's fine. I don't mind doing that.
And like Arch, right? I want the 5130. And
yes,
that.
Sir.
I mean, chances of me getting that from a Tourneau are slim to none. They're very pretentious when it comes to Patek on the secondary. On the secondary market. They'll only do it in the the Patek authorized Tourneau or Bucherer. And I don't want to do that. I want to deal with my guy, All right. See, he hates him too. All right, so I was wrong. Super chat.
Here we go. AD never calling $2. I fucking hate those songs as well, Mr. Zoso. Mr. Zoso, what happened with the white gold Daytona? Fill us in. Has anything happened?
I'm not going to trade it. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait until the right deal comes along. I'm going to wait until after Rolexes does their new releases and discontinues.
So what's happening in the car industry? Give us an update. What's happening in the car industry?
It's a shitstorm, March. It's a shitstorm.
Why?
Well, interest rates are very high there. So it's hard. It's hard for people to buy cars right now unless you have an insane amount of money, like a few people we know here. Other than that, it's a difficult time for people. The prices are 20% higher, and the interest rates, those two things, and still there's no inventory. So you combine these things, and it's a perfect shitstorm. It's a bad time.
What's happening with rental car market? Are they still trying to buy cars, or that's softened?
I'm sorry.
Rental car market. Remember the rental car market you were saying?
Yeah, they're still buying, but they're not paying as much of a premium. They're still paying up, Arch.
I've heard some people hired a car for a couple of days. It was like $700. The rental fees are ridiculous. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, it's true.
It's true. United States, Orlando, Florida is the rental car capital of the world. It's so many cars there, so you can actually still rent a car there for like $40 a day because they just have so many of them.
Yes.
Super chat.
Sorry, $5. Mr. Z, there are some dealers that are more specialized in Patek stock, like European Watch in Boston, David SW, and others sometimes don't stock them. Can I tell you a secret? I know somebody who knows European Watch in Boston pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
They try and make pretty big margin on their stuff. They're not really.
Look, that's another. They're not cheap. But that's the thing, Archie, is understand why they're expensive, right? So, David, I've tried to sell Pateks to David SW, and no fault of his.
He's not the Patek person. He's
that's
a Rolex.
The thing. He'll be like, look, it's just not easy to move. It's not a model that, unless it's a Nautilus or an Aquanaut. Like you see these weird ones he has on his website. He got those because he probably got it through a big deal. Right, there's other watches involved, right? He doesn't just buy. Yeah, but like European Watch or even Watchbox, those two dealers, have a lot. Like the 5130 that Zoso wants, they're more likely to have that watch in stock because they do specialize a bit more on those pieces.
Ivor, here we go. Upvote and super chat your watch-related questions to the greatest watch guru of our generation. Thank you so much.
I think it's time. I think it's time
Archie, this
for
is a good question. This is a good question.
And Zealand, sorry, just curious, how much have you super chatted over the years? Any estimate?
I think I sent this in as a super chat the other day, Bear, and you didn't respond. Where I said I've super chatted 100,000.
Whoa! I did not respond to your super chat.
No, I think it was during the Wizard stream. I think I said
I apologize. I genuinely apologize.
We're sorry. We apologize.
The answer, the question was, or the statement was, I sent in $100,000 to Archie, and I still haven't got my luxury to last signed.
I remember.
So
I did read that.
Should I do a whole live stream about it for 3 days, and do drama? Like, what's up?
Actually, you really want the luxury to last? Is you
telling me? I thought you sent it.
Yes, we want luxury to last. One copy.
Archibald, I thought you fucking sent it. What are you waiting for?
I'll make sure it happens.
Today that goes out.
Why don't you buy yourself like a wholesale run and then sign them and send them out?
Exactly. Sell them, man. What the fuck?
I will.
Instead of buying them at retail like a maniac, why don't you do a little run and keep them in your house?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Describing European watch company and Watchbox is a big difference between the two of them. Watchbox is a low-end gray market dealer that has the prestige because they were owned by Goldberg. But they really, I'm close to them and been able to deal with them for many years. And I can tell you that a lot of their inventory is pure garbage that they bought from all over the world, cleaned it up, and asking as much as they possibly can for the watch, which is nothing wrong with that. I don't mind somebody trying to make money, but go.
Super chat. AD never calling $10. You'll never get it tanned because Archie wants the suspense.
Yeah, look, Zoso, I bought my 5035 directly from Brian Goldberg. So Watchbox had it online, and I was talking to Donnie Haynes, who's dealt with them too, and he says, yeah, look, the price is inflated. He's like, negotiate with them. So I sent in an offer, and then Brian reached out to me directly, and then him and I talked on the phone, and I said, hey, look, Brian, let's work out a deal that's fair. And we ended up coming to a fair price. So yes, the posted price may be high, but they are willing to negotiate. That's number one. Number two, I got the watch. Okay, so I got the watch. And then, Archie, the date didn't change immediately. then I thought it was a problem with the annual calendar, and Brian said, look, if there's an issue with the watch, I'll get it serviced, no problem, no issues, right? It didn't end up. It wasn't that. It was just low power reserve, and I just was stupid at the time, and I didn't actually wear it enough because it was fine. But immediately, no questions asked, he said, if you have an issue, dude, like I'll straight up service it with Patek, no issues. If you want to send it back or you want to do it through Canada, we'll take care of it, no issues.
Well, I mean, $2.
Like that's a personal. That's me.
Mr. Valju, $2. I 100% agree with the watch box assessment.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tan, I bought watches from them. I'm not going to say, and you're right. They back up, the product that they sell. But you've got to be very careful with them. You've got to be very particular, and you've got to know what you're doing because they'll polish a watch till next Wednesday 20 times to make sure, they'll drain lugs off of a watch to make some money, so that it looks pretty to post online. They are a low-end gray market dealer with a high-end reputation and ownership. That's my point. I'm not saying they're bad to do business with. You just better know what you're getting into when you're buying.
That's the reality, right? But that's the reality of the minefield, though. So
Super chat from the guardian of the chat, the Pavel. Pavel is the guardian.
$5. At least Roman shows his boiler room on YouTube, Mr. Zoso. Am I right?
Yeah, it looks also. In another example, David SW sent a Submariner to my friend.
What does he mean by boiler room, by the way?
He's got a sales room. There's nothing wrong with this. It's not a boiler room. It's
same scenarios though. So my buddy bought a Submariner, a 5-digit from David SW about a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, and it was his first watch, and it was it's a 5-digit. So I said, and he wanted to take it in the pool, so I said, look, just get it checked for water resistance first. Right, he went to a Rolex certified guy, used to work at RSC, and then the watch actually had a dent in the case that was causing it to not pass water resistance, and the watch had actually been polished down so the dent wasn't as visible, but the watchmaker caught it, right? And look, like this happens all over, and my friend would never have known unless he had actually taken it in. He could have had this watch all fucked up, but anyway, so he reached out to David SW and he said, hey man, there's just something wrong with the watch. And David SW literally said the same thing. He says, look, I'll give you your money back. I'll service it at Rolex. I'll service it with an independent, whatever you want. I will make it right. So I don't think that whether we say high end, low end, this is existing everywhere. Like every dealer is doing this.
No, that's true. But you're trading on. I agree with you. You can get a bad watch from a good dealer. It happens. It shouldn't, but it does happen. And you're right. But I'm not gonna back down from what I said because it's the absolute truth. There is a difference between David SW and Watchbox. David SW, I think what happened with your friend, it was not the norm. And Watchbox is known to carry a lot of garbage that
another example with David SW. I bought Archie. I bought a 16570 from David SW, so black dial Explorer 2.
When you bought it, did you say that you bought it because of Archie Luxury?
This was it was before Archie was sponsored.
Okay. By the way, that got me a 0.00 discount.
No. Archie,
negative discount. They added a couple $100 on top. Yeah.
So here's the thing, Zoso. So here's the thing. So it said box papers, right? Box papers. I get the watch, and it shows up with the new box, right? The new Rolex box. Yeah. So I reach out to him, and I'm like, hey man, like you said box papers. Like my assumption here is it's original box and papers. It's not fucking some random box, right? So again, he said my bad. That was my mistake. Somebody must have sent whatever it was, and he sourced me a period correct box. It may not have been the exact box of that watch, period correct box. Right, sent it to me, and it was all good. Right, like it happens a lot.
It happens
and the answer is, like you said, it's buyer beware in all situations. And I'm chalking a lot of this up to folks that are new to the hobby that may not have experience to understand what overall that's the incorrect box, right? Or would have taken it for water resistance checking, right? Most people would have just put the fucking 5-digit on the wrist and fucked off for 3 years. never taking it in the pool. It can happen, and that's more on, I think, the experience of the collector, and I think that's why I told Archie it's very dangerous when we have what we used to call fake watch gurus hopping on YouTube who are spruiking stuff, and they even themselves didn't have the experience to say stories like these to actually tell people, hey guys, like as you're buying from the gray market, you really want to cross your T's and dot your I's is really the answer.
All right, so just to circle around to this, right? There's also a second point to this subject, and the second point is you should always buy from a trusted dealer. And we've been around a long time, and that's what they used to call them on the forums. And Archie knows this, and Bear knows this, and probably JJ as well. Anyway,
I don't know shit. I got duped.
All right. Well, look, you should have known, and I'm sorry you got duped, but I'm not impervious to making mistakes.
What sort of watch did you get duped on, JJ?
Snoopy. At least I got duped on a cool watch, right?
I can help.
So you were told you were going to get a Snoopy at retail?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like a favor because there was one slot.
I'll buy you that with 50%.
All right.
No.
And look, I'm sorry that happened, but
it's all right. I was going to.
How much did you put down for it? How much did you put down?
A little levity.
How much did you?
All of it. 9,600.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's somebody taking advantage. And
did you get anything back at all?
Yeah, no, I got a good amount back. He still owes me a couple of 3,000, something like that, 3,600, something. I got to check exactly.
My point is that if you're buying something, on the gray market and it's not new, obviously, and it's, even if it is new, you're buying the dealer. So Watchbox stands behind their product no matter what I think of them. David SW, Luxury Bazaar, Topper. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Topper. Great dealer.
I'd say Takuya Watches in the U.S. is really good.
Yeah, he's been a forum. He's got a website, but he's been a forum dealer forever.
Forever.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he posts nonstop all high-end Rolex.
What about Nashville Watch? Chase at Nashville Watch?
Nashville, Cape Town, collectors in Long Island. There's a lot of dealers who, when you run into a problem, you're going to get taken care of.
And not only that, there's vintage dealers, right? So there's HQ Milton, the old school vintage dealer. There's so HQ Milton, I think, split up because Czapek now runs, I think, tropicalwatch.com. So Czapek used to be like the main guy from HQ Milton. But HQ Milton says, so there's Lunar Oyster, that's Kirill Hughes. I bought my 1680 red sub from him. Very well-known vintage dealer, right? Like even there's niches within gray market dealers as well. That like if you're looking for a vintage watch,
there's a guy who does nothing but vintage in Georgia who has an impeccable reputation. I'm trying to think of his name.
I don't remember. I haven't been in vintage in a long time. The two main ones would be Lunar Oyster for me, and Czapek or HQ Milton. Those guys are very well known. But yeah, look, like vintage is also, it's a completely different. Vintage is probably even more of a minefield for you to buy the dealer, because in vintage, you see shit like people fucking painting hands to match loom plots. And like, you really want a dealer that's going to describe exactly what you were talking about, the exact condition of the piece, because you can get like royally fights.
Too dangerous to buy vintage Rolex. It's just too dangerous.
To me,
it's impossible. I wouldn't do it.
To me, like as an outside observer, like, I think JJ had a personal connection to this individual, so it makes sense in JJ's case. But I think for a lot of, for folks that, I can read the super chat.
Here we go, Mr. Valju, $5. I can vouch for toppers. Rob Chaplin is a class act. Collectors is good too.
Now, Arch, this guy, Rob Topper, we call him Rob Topper. He's been around a long time. He's an authorized dealer. I got my, he gave me, I think, 40% off when I bought my El Primero.
Wow.
And he's an authorized Zenith dealer. He gave me 40% off, brand new.
There's a lot of people being posted here. 06 Rolex guy I recognize. Jay Fulham Time. Jay Fulham Time's a really good. I bought a date just from Jay Fulham Time. He's in the West Coast, really good guy. I bought from a lot of these guys over the years, and all of them have been pretty stand-up people. So I've never dealt with Fed. I actually did deal with Fed once. I didn't buy from him. He had like I think it might have been like a 1603 or 1601 for sale, and there was a little water damage on the dial, and him and I just couldn't come to an agreement on the price because I felt it was just overpriced. It was not. He was not being, he was being completely upfront about it. The price just wasn't right.
Yeah, Fed's not big on negotiating.
Hey, that's fine. It's his stock, right? Like I'm not going to say that's an issue on his side. It's just when you're dealing with these dealers,
Can you highlight and read Curly's comment?
Curly, fight Curly. Sorry, you just press it again.
Yeah, you're good.
Archie and Bear and the Archieverse join. Watch Nicholas. Here we go. Archie and Bear and the Archieverse join. Watch Nicholas and myself so we can expose Tim Wright and the drama cartel. We are not journalists. We're just trolls who do their homework. Thank you for your support.
How good is Curly? Ooh,
big super chat.
Here, Brian BK, $100. New green sub 41 or blue sky dweller for the next piece.
You gonna play the music, or we're gonna do this?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm getting the shits with the music, so I haven't played it. But I think you need to get Mr. Smelly to shorten the clip a little bit, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a big one, so we should give him value for money. I think
new green sub. So he's talking the Cermet.
Cermet, yeah.
All the blue. I gotta say, Sky Dweller Blue, Sky Dweller Blue, Sky Dweller Blue. It's
on the surface, that's the answer. On the surface, that's the answer, right? Like,
on the surface, that's the answer.
Do you think on the, if we knew his full collection, it'd be more relevant?
Can you list for us, without the super chat, what do you have in your collection right now, so we can actually give you a fair answer? You donated a big super chat, so let's try to actually put our minds behind it.
Yes, sir.
Is the blue sky dweller a white gold?
No, still.
Okay,
I think he's meaning to still.
I mean, if you could get either one of them, are we voting now, or are we doing something else?
Well, I think
we're talking about it.
Okay, so if I had my choice of either one of them, I'd definitely take the Sky Dweller.
So, just waiting for it to load. Sky.
Why, Mr. Z?
Because I have that Cermet, and I'm completely unimpressed with it.
Ooh.
And the truth is, I'd want something different. So it's just a personal preference.
The Sky Dweller is beautiful. The blue, man, they were selling at such a premium, Tan. They've come back a long way. They've come back a long way.
Beautiful. Look, on the surface, it's a landslide. I don't think anybody on this panel is going to say the Cermet, but maybe the guy doesn't have a sub, right? Maybe it's possible that he has other Sky Dwellers. Okay, so here we go. He's posted his collection. Now we have good relevance here.
Yeah.
Read it, Archie. Read it, Archie.
Let's.
Brian BK, green Daytona, two-tone bluesy 40, black Milgauss GV, green OP41, no date sub, Pepsi on Jubilee, and a Patek 5712 Nautilus.
What an amazing collection, man.
Unbelievable collection.
That'll fit in.
He loves
the
green.
Avatar.
He loves green, and I say Rolex green for the win. But with this collection, I'm going to recommend Sky Dweller.
Yep.
Thank you. Because he's got the no date.
Jump off. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Zoso, thanks for coming on, man. It's been great chatting to you.
You're doing great, buddy.
I think we
I play song again. Would you stay, Mr. Z?
We need to play the Tip Top Cafe. No,
Mr. Z, I'll call you tomorrow, Mr. Z. Sorry for.
Oh, no problem, brother. All right.
Yep.
It was great to see you guys. Have a good night. Okay, take care,
So
Bye,
much.
Mr. Z.
Yeah, Mike.
Archie, can you comment on this collection, please? This is a fucking all-star collection. Look at this.
This is amazing. Green Daytona. That's the solid gold. The John Mayer we're talking. John Mayer Daytona.
Yes.
We're talking a two-tone bluesy. Fuck, that's a heavy-hitting bluesy. That's a wear everywhere watch. You got the black Milgauss. Your wind and wear. Wind and wear. Then you got a green OP41, just as a fun fucker. That's a different shade of green. You notice that?
Yeah,
Yep.
beautiful, beautiful.
Then we got a no date sub. That's our beta. Pepsi on a Jubilee as our GMT function. And then to fuck everything over.
Can I suggest something here?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you just upgrade the no date to the green sub and then get Sky Dweller?
Because he's already got the two-tone bluesy with a date. The no date is sort of...
Oh, sorry. Why don't you upgrade the two-tone bluesy to the green sub and then go get a Sky Dweller?
I would agree more on the other one, Bear. I think the two-tone is the gold in his collection,
just
right?
Add the Sky Dweller. Add...
It's a bit of gold, right? Like
definitely adding Sky Dweller. I agree on that.
Add Sky Dweller. Sky Dweller's hands down. Yeah, Sky Dweller's the one.
I don't know which Patek he's got.
It's probably the steel one. It's probably the steel one. It's probably the steel.
Okay.
He says no date is the daily. Yep, makes sense.
I tell you what, you know what I love? This is a compact collection.
The
It's got
two-tone bluesy is his first watch.
How is this a compact collection? What the fuck is the definition of compact collection these days? Like,
under 8.
Another compact collection. Come on.
Under 8.
Five.
So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now we're on borderline tan.
No, this
borderline.
No, this is not a compact collection.
This is collection.
Not at all.
Collection.
This is a proper collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is.
I think it's even the proper number of watches for him to actually wear his stuff.
Yeah. I can see that. This guy definitely has got the beautiful choices there. I love it all. I love them all.
There you go. Brian BK is never selling the bluesy. He's on the Archie luxury tip. Show us the bluesy, Archie. Your full screen, baby.
Bluesy.
There you go.
That watch there. It's focusing. Look at that. How is that
40,
not beautiful?
40 mil, that's pre-ceramic?
Possibly. Because he doesn't specify. But it doesn't matter. Does it matter? Does it really matter?
Brian confirms that his Patek is steel.
The one to get, baby. That's the one to get. What an amazing collection, man.
Yeah.
Sky Dweller. Do it.
Yeah, get a Sky Dweller.
Very nice, my man. Very fucking nice.
Ceramic. There we go. Very, very sexy collection, mate. I'm sorry. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It is beautiful collection. I think he's really thrown the ball out of the park, don't you think? This is out of the park collecting.
This is the one that's in the nicest, I think.
Yeah, get the fucking blue dial Sky Dweller. And the thing is, prices are down on that now. They were...
Mm-hmm. The only thing, I have a blue Sky Dweller on Oyster. I'm going to tell you, Brian, I would recommend on Jubilee. It is fucking amazing. I seen it as an exhibition piece, and I like it better than mine.
Would Brian be willing to do a collection review?
Well, we kind of did it.
No, but I mean proper, like go through everything.
We're spending $100. Like, yeah, you know what? If he's willing to do it,
he's paid the money. How about if we get some great pictures from him, we can do it properly, yeah? Let's do him justice.
Yeah, 100%. Do it.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Let's give him some value because he's got a mad collection and he spent money.
He says, Archie, you took a big shit on me for my Nomos a year ago.
Well deserved. And you guess what? There is no more fucking Nomos in that collection.
Hello.
Brian, why don't you? I tell you what, we'll add some value to him because he's been very, very kind over a long time. Brian's done a lot. Just send me the pictures of, if you've got a picture of all your watches in one photo. Archie Luxury 72.
Use the flash, okay? Make sure you do it in a very dark, not lit room, okay? Please.
Yeah, at a very acute angle.
Yeah.
Send it to ARCHIELUXURY72@gmail. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll go through it tomorrow because I got to tell you that is a fucking amazing collection. The only reason I say he should go for the Sky Dweller is he's got the kick-ass Nautilus, kick-ass Daytona. He needs a kick-ass Rolex.
He doesn't have a GMT as well, so that's right.
The Sky Dweller's got a GMT on it there.
He has a Pepsi, right?
He's got Pepsi.
Yeah. Sorry, my apologies.
I think the fluted. I'm agreeing with Bear in that I think the fluted bezel and the Jubilee seem to really go hand in hand.
Oh my God, does it ever look luxurious, man? It's so beautiful. Honestly, if you can, I mean, they're both nice. Don't misunderstand me. I mean, but if you have a choice, that's the one to go.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with like the little pieces of the bezel. You know, you have like something made up of a bunch of little things, and then the Jubilee is a bracelet's made up of a bunch of little things. They kind of go together, you know. More so.
Yeah.
They just complement each other.
Yeah. There's a continuity of the flow of the design. Super chat, boys. Mr. Valjoux.
Good chat. Mr. Valjoux, $5. Panel, thoughts on two-tone Sky Dweller Jubilee champagne dial. This is hard to find. That's probably the least desired one. The champagne, I don't mind it, but I like the two-tone black. That's what my pick is, the black.
Two-tone black is nicer, Archie. I agree with you.
Yeah. It's funny. In the steel, I like the white.
Because of value. I'm just talking aesthetically.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not bad. It's not a bad watch. It's a nice watch.
Oh, Kalsowitz, he knows because he's a movie man. Bryan Cranston wears a blue. That's the guy from Breaking Bad.
Who is Bryan Cranston?
He's the guy from Breaking Bad. You know Breaking Bad?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait. I'm gonna Google. I want to see who is he.
Breaking Bad.
I love
Archie,
Breaking Bad.
When you have a second, can you read the banner for everybody as well?
Thank you to our sponsors today.
Yeah.
AD Never Calling, Brian BK, Mr. Valjoux, and many, many more. We appreciate all of our viewers and donors. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And everyone that upvoted as well. Thank you so much. We're close to 100 upvotes, which is really nice. If you can bring us to 100, we would really appreciate it. And here is the rancher. Big hello to our rancher.
Hello, rancher.
What's up, Cliver?
Cliver.
Cliver bought a new Moser. Not a new one, but he bought another Moser, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Cliver, text me the Moser. Text me the Moser. I want to see it.
Moser, what's going on with the Moser? Moser's, he's always loved Moser. He's always been a man who's loved his Mosers.
Yeah, he likes Moser.
I really like their dials. That's for sure.
Bear, do you think the Jubilee is nicer on the Sky Dweller? What do you think there?
I love it. I had a chance to try it on, see it as an exhibition, and I love that.
See, I wish Rolex you could buy. They're not very easy to get extra bracelets. They charge a fortune. It wouldn't it be nice to have it switchable?
Yeah.
They don't encourage that.
Hey, Archie, when you were a dealer, were you one of those dealers who used to take a few links out from the bracelet and sell them later?
I never.
I watched you say that.
In the burglary, they took all my links as well. You know the only thing they left behind? Can I tell you this? I had a ladies' Datejust champagne dial. They left that behind.
Ooh. At least wifey's got something.
A champagne dial? What the fuck do you do with a champagne ladies' dial?
Oh, your wifey can wear. What do you mean?
It's
just the dial. The dial itself.
Oh, the dial. Oh, sorry, the dial.
I like Moser. I like Moser streamliners, guys. Do you like Moser streamliners?
Nah, I'm not a fan of those.
It's an acquired taste, that Bear.
There's something very cool about those watches. I mean, among them, obviously, there's different ones.
I love Laura Connor. She's so cool.
Laura,
everyone upvotes.
They get a free month subscription to Bears OnlyFans. It's just shorts of Bear yelling at Mike the Snake, me, and Archie Luxury. So
yeah, that's for sure. That's funny.
100% right.
So no, you're not fans of the Streamliners. Okay.
Nah, I just don't like the aesthetic of it.
I had a Pioneer, the green one, the Cosmo Green. It looks so much to me. To me, all those watches look like Movado. I fucking don't like it. I don't like it. I sold it. It did not have anything.
Did you sell it to our buddy? Did he have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw it on.
He sold it
stock,
relatively fast.
Oh yeah,
that's
fine.
Yeah, he didn't keep it long. It sold. They're popular, eh? They're popular. It was on a rubber and all that, but it's...
Yeah, I don't think Clyde buys the popular ones. He doesn't buy like the Fume dial, like Pioneers and those ones. He buys like, I think, more obscure ones from those.
And sometimes I perceive Clive as buying out of spite. He goes and looks at the watch and he says, would Archie hate this watch? Yes, he would. I'm going to buy this watch.
Bear, you know what? He's probably the one guy on YouTube I would take advice from in terms of being a discount shopper. Clyde really knows how to discount shop.
He likes to buy from people on a deathbed.
Yeah, he does, but he knows his shit too, right? Like he knows how much of a minefield it is.
What was the name of that guy that he was his connection to the
Uberoki.
Uber.
Yeah. No, but he was buying that 321 Omega. Like he was, he got it on a really good price, but he was also like making sure it was legit. And I bought him the archives from Omega because in the States you have to go through an AD, but in Canada we just need to give it, the serial numbers and a few things, and we get it shipped to us. So.
Oh wow, we're at 90 votes, upvotes, guys. Only 10 more upvotes, and we're gonna be at
10 more, man. Come on, do it. 10 more upvotes, guys.
See,
work it.
Balls Deep agrees with me that Moser resembles Movado. I had a Movado watch. Oh, I hate that watch.
Yeah, I don't really know like what people see in Moser, to be honest with you. Like, I really don't. Like, it's just people might like how cool they like the brand, the trolling, and they can kind of get behind the marketing, I think.
Oh, I like the trolling too. I mean, he's hilarious, no question about it. But that's
they have certain things that are interesting, like the Vanta Black and other pieces. Like I think their perpetual calendar was pretty interesting, but like outside of that, I honestly don't understand it. But to some people, it's like fucking that's their jam. They love it. So hey, if that's you, then hey, more power to you. For me, it's just I don't really. It doesn't really resonate with me.
The more I'm looking at this two-tone champagne dial, it looks better and better.
Before we wrap the show up, right? We've got Tan, we've got Bear here as well. Guys, can you give Archie your opinion on what he should be getting if he's going to get something? Because he's looking at the Yachtmaster. Yeah.
How much is he looking to spend?
Archie, lay it all out, please.
Give us a total dollar amount, the maximum spending.
I was looking at we're just looking at some insurance. Nothing's come through yet.
What's the maximum amount for next watch?
30,000 Aussie.
Pepsi.
Okay, so and you have the reverso, right? Your reverso you're keeping.
No, I've got to pay for that. I've got an option to buy that.
So it's just the bluesy right now. So you have the choice of just keeping the bluesy.
I have the bluesy, and I have some really good fans, Cove and Ronnie and Dave. Got me the Speedmaster, the 3861.
That's right. He's got a chronograph. He's got a diver. GMT, Pepsi, please.
I got to pay back my money to get my Explorer back. I owe 8,000.
The Explorer.
Okay.
Pepsi, please.
Do you want me to show you some pics quickly? Oh, it's a bit late now. Or do you want to see the pics?
Give us a pic.
You want to see the pics?
It can be quick. You got a couple minutes. It's all good. Let's do it.
Got a couple minutes. Okay, dokie. Let me show you a couple pics here. I'll bring up a couple pics. You tell me. And the thing is too, Tan, he said to me, I could also trade in the bluesy to get this watch here. I think that might be an option. The Maserati blue.
Maserati.
I love that. I love
Maserati.
It's a box papers one. It's going to cost me 28 tan.
I love that watch.
Look, you could do a few things, right? You could do a few things. You could, because you already have a two-tone, right? So you could flick, and I don't know if you want to do this because they gave it to you, but you could theoretically flick.
No, I can't sell that. I can't.
If you could, you could flick the Speedmaster. You could take your 30, and you could probably get a black dial Daytona ceramic, right?
Tell me this. I said to my wife, if we get some insurance, instead of getting a Cartier Tank Francais quartz, what about a 28 mil Oyster Perpetual blue dial?
Yeah, one super chat.
Mikey, this is for you, Mikey. This is a
will you join? Will you join the stream for the start of Watch Nicholas to watch Pantera with us?
When is it starting?
Right, they start when we end.
Yeah.
Mikey, come on! It's not gonna. Nobody's gonna make a fun of you. It's not that. It's
good, clean fun.
Just take a look.
Sure.
It's actually great clip, man. Come on.
Okay, so
what's the name of the stream? Watch Nicholas is the stream.
Watch Nicholas.
Can somebody drop the link for Mikey? Let me just. I'll ask.
Well, I'll just log on to it. I'll just watch Nicholas.
I just posted the link. I just posted the link, Bear.
Okay.
And it'll take the audience over because I've linked to it, Bear. Is that okay?
Yeah, but it's not going to take him to the panel. I want him to go to the panel. So I'll ask Curly to drop the StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah, so look, I don't disagree with Bear that a Pepsi. You still have money to spare if you bought a Pepsi. Number one, you have probably like 7,000, 6,000.
He doesn't have a Pepsi. Like I got some deals from this guy because he's got certain things. So
what does he have? What does he have? What does he have?
He's got that Maserati blue.
Okay.
So I'm kind of thinking, what would you be going for? See, and the other problem is, Tan, I got to tell you, there's also the fact that he's holding a white gold 5196 for me.
Yeah, so the 5196, you're probably in at about a little over 20, right?
Yeah, 23.5 RZ. It's 1 year old. It's only 2 years old. 2 years old.
Baby.
That leaves you at like 6.5, right? What are you gonna get for 6.5?
What would you do? So I'll show you a picture of it. Do you want to see a picture of it, Tan, the man?
I know. I have that watch. I have the 5196 white gold.
Yeah, it's not just beautiful. It's absolutely. That could be just a one and done. I don't need any more Pateks. Just one Patek. That's it in the box.
I think it's more balanced. I think it's more balanced than the Maserati because with the Maserati you already have a chronograph and you already have a two-tone watch. So like,
yeah,
I think it's more balanced.
I put in a private chat a link. Click on it, and you'll be going to them. Okay.
Yeah, but do you have to get rid of the blue?
You can actually go now. They started.
Go ahead, Timely. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say, do you have to get rid of the bluesy to get this?
I don't know. I haven't had the insurance settlement yet. We're just throwing figures around. I'm just doing a bit spitballing just to see in case I got a big settlement or.
If you can keep your bluesy, if you do bluesy, speedy, and then the 5196, you have a perfect three piece. I think if you add the Maserati, yeah, bluesy, speedy, and Patek, like you can't get more Archie luxury than that.
Super chat, please.
100%.
Here we go, Mr. Valju, $5. Archie, don't take the bait. Stick to your strategy. Don't buy what isn't on your list. That money is burning a hole in your pocket.
It's a good advice. Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's wrap this baby up. Tan, the man, thank you for coming on today. This was really fun chat. We had Mr. Zoso, we had Tan, we had so many great people on there. Mikey, thank you. JJ, we loved you on the stream. As always, Timely, thank you.
Don't forget, Danny jumped on as well.
Danny, we loved it. No Powie today. Is Powie okay?
I talked to him yesterday. He's fine.
Yeah. Okay, guys. We'll be back.
Can you transfer the link to the boys?
Already done, sir. I have done it. Okay.
Awesome. Mikey, click on that link in a private chat to take you to their actual stream.
I just did. It took me to Freedom live stream, the only after show victim.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay, cool.
That's that.
Okay.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
Just click on it.
8.5 hours, the morning show. See you later,
right.
guys.
Ciao,
See ya.
guys.